has just begun. The choices he has made, his bed is already laid, 'cause he's a dead man walking.
Welcome all to our first session of the Alien game. Do you guys want to do quick introductions? I'm Eli. I'm going to be the game mother. You don't have to introduce your character yet, but if you want to, but you can just introduce who you are.
Okay. I'll introduce myself. I'm Griffin. I play games and I run games, and I mostly do it right here on this channel. Come check out all of our other wonderful RPGs. Theta, give it a go. Passing the torch.
Yeah, if you're watching this, you already know who I am, so introduction's not needed.
He's Theta. He runs all the things. He's our main cameraman. Enjoy him. Praise him.
All right. Hi, I'm Lunella, and I'm playing a corporate agent.
All right, and Cody, any introduction for yourself you want to give?
Hey everybody, I'm Cody. You should see me around here at a couple of games. And I'm just trying to explore the world with all my friends.
Wonderful.
All right. So if anyone is familiar with the Alien setting, the current date is April 29th, 2183 in the Alien cinematic universe. The events of the Nostromo, aka Aliens 1, has happened. The USS Sulaco has disappeared, and Hadley's Hope colony has also been destroyed. So Aliens 1, 2, and 3 have already happened. And the other ones, the prequels have obviously already happened since they happened before Aliens 1, 2, and 3. However, not every detail is known by everyone. There was a book. The main public exposure of those movies that has happened in there is the book Space Beast. The book gives a little bit of credence to both the existence of some sort of aliens out in the galaxy, along with Weyland-Yutani's experimenting with bioweapons. However, the book has been banned almost galactically, especially by Weyland, as they hate the book. This means, though, however, it's been transmitted illegally a lot of times, and there's actually a pretty massive cult following that actually views it as a rather religious. The place that we're going to start is going to be the Capo system, which is completely made up, but it's right there on everyone's star maps in green. You are all frontier colonists on a colony that you guys all know as Capo Colony, or its designation is Colony C424. It's located on a small planet in the system, KPO2, which stands for Capo Planetary Object 2. It also has a longer ICC designation, but that's the easiest thing to remember it by. It owes its exact allegiance to the company Seegson, which Seegson is an off-brand Weyland-Yutani. So Weyland-Yutani, yeah, they do pretty much the same products, but they're a lot cheaper and more mass-produced. But they also are a little bit. They break easier. They're a knockoff brand essentially. Weyland doesn't view them as a threat because they make inferior products, but Seegson sees itself as a rival to. There are roughly 140 colonists on this colony, and in terms of colonies, it's relatively a newer colony. Its focus is communications, and because of that, it's ran by scientists, or at least that's the main operators of it. Seegson does have a presence here, but mainly it's the scientists who kind of order everyone around. They maintain a large communications array on the planet and communication satellites, unmanned communication satellites in orbit around the planet. We're down on Twitch, by the way.
Yeah, I've been trying to get going and see if it was something on my end here.
I'm showing as
Yeah,
live.
it's
Either way, it's being recorded, but
It's up there, but apparently just not popping up. Well, we got the recording at least.
if anything goes wrong, the recording is always here, and I do editing work.
all right. So, in recent news for all of you colonists, the colony has been recently decided to expand its independent fleet, and in even better news, they've managed to procure from a nearby planet in the Union of Progressive People. So the Union of Progressive People, or UPP, is, if we look at this map that we have here, it's all the orange. In essence, there's four main factions in exploring the universe. There is the corporations who kind of help everyone, and have their own investments. There is the Union of Progressive People, which are kind of like the space communists. There is the three world arm, which is green on this map. So I think it's Great Britain, Japan, and then I want to say like Brazil or something. I can't remember off the top of my head the third empire. And then there's the United Americas, which is all in blue, and that's I think that's the rest of North and South America. There's also another faction which is in yellow, which is really mainly only in the core system, and that is the Independent Core. It's a bunch of colonies that kind of band together like city-states. So recently in the UPP, which is kind of the orange, or the orange, the orange reddish near you, they managed to impound a ship at one of their systems. The details you guys don't know exactly, but the long short of it is they impounded a ship, and in order to get it back to the people, they auctioned it off. And your colony, with the help of a little bit of monetary aid from Siegson, managed to actually win that auction. The colony now has to try to retrieve the ship where it's been captured, or where it's been impounded at a local station. And in order to retrieve it, they need to send an expedition. And so what they've done is they've started a raffle to give everyone in the colony a fair chance of essentially to explore. And I mean, this should just be an easy mission. So it's kind of a little bit of R&R as well, to get away from this, get out of the kind of hard frontier life and visit other sections of space. So everyone's given a fair chance. And the date of this raffle is today. So every adult has been given a number, and a letter and a number as their raffle entry. I've sent you guys those raffle entries. There's supposed to be a drawing of 3 entries today. So what seems like the whole colony has gathered on level 1 and level 2 of the B block. If we'll all transfer over to our map of Capo Colony.
Ooh, very detailed.
Yeah, so this is the map of the entire colony, and you guys can check it out. It's got the sub-level, it's got level 1, and it's got level 2, and it's got the... Right now, you guys are all in the food court and / atrium. So there's a large crowd gathered at the floor of the atrium and on every level watching what's happening. In the very center, they've set up a small table on top of a stage. They set up a table, a little podium, and a large metal contraption. It looks like a large cage. And there's several people seated at that table up there, and you recognize many of them as either heads of the kind of the council that runs the colony, along with several representatives from C. Where do you guys want to be in this atrium?
I'm probably like out hanging up against one of the walls, back to it, leaning up against it, probably lighting up a cigarette, take a look at the number of the ticket and just put it back in my pocket.
I'm probably with the people just randomly hanging out with them.
I'll be at the table.
Hey, Max, get over here. Well, don't wander off too far.
Yeah, is Max?
I'm probably trying to take somebody else's ticket.
So, for people that don't know, right now we have Jimmy and Max Raygun, who are playing. So, finally, after what seems like a long wait, and almost everyone from the colony has gathered here, and for the few people that do actually have to be on shift, they've broadcast it to wherever they're at and are broadcasting it over the intercom, so everyone can hear what's happening. So finally, Sophia Langschman, head of the research at this colony, climbs up to the podium and steps up to the mic. Can everyone hear me? The crowd responds with a large cheer and hoots and hollers.
Come on, Max, woo.
Now, so she kind of, as everyone knows, well, as everyone knows, we're having a raffle today. However, there's been a slight change of plans. I would like to thank the bingo community and our scientific community that's worked round the clock to modify the ball cage. And she gestures towards this like large metal contraption that is now modified to contain nearly twice the amount of bingo balls, and to modify balls to have additional numbers. This is surely what Siegson sent us out here to do, advancing humanity one invention. So this brings a little bit of a laugh as kind of like people now looking at their letters and their like what raffles they have. They kind of laugh, and everyone gets a little laugh out of it. But even the official Siegson reps up there kind of give a little chuckle. However, I have one piece of bad news. There will only be 2 drawings today instead of 3. As part of our loan to buy the vessel and that can aid our colony, Siegson has modified our terms to require that they send a corporate agent along with them to represent their investment in our colony. Of course, they haven't already invested a lot, so this is nothing new. So without further ado, please welcome Conrad. And she gestures to the right at someone who is sitting at one of the tables. Isadora, would you like to describe your character for?
All right. So Conrad's just like very, very typical corporate guy. He's kind of like smug looking, and he's tall and muscular, and he kind of just fits into a suit well. And he stands up and he says, "Hey, I'm Conrad Smith. I'm here to go with you on this journey."
Damn, what's the corporate agent of? The gym? Jeez. Those shoulders.
Yeah, he really packs it down.
You all
He's got
bought
a
tickets.
Rolex watch too that he kind of likes to like flex.
Expensive watch. Remember that when he ends up dying in space. Got it.
So the announcement that there's one less ticket brings, there's a little bit of, like a mixed response to that, but Conrad has been a member of the colony, if a little bit separated from the rest because he works for Siegson, but some people know him, so there are a few cheers, especially from the gym section.
Yeah,
a lot of people lift their weights in the air. So Sophia kind of gestures for everyone to calm down and say, "Okay, folks, let's get back to the drawing. without further ado, start the machine. And sure enough, there's a one of the scientists there is just got a crank, and he starts cranking it, and the whole bingo cage starts twirling, and the balls start whirling around. People are shouting out their numbers in encouragement, hoping for better luck. And finally, the first ball rolls out. The guy stops the machine, and Sophia steps over and picks up the first ball, looking around the crowd. 100. Another pause. 12. And she looks to the side.
Dang it.
And someone next to her kind of like has a piece of paper and is looking up, and as they're whispering the name, you kind of hear a burst of excitement and noise from one section in the crowd, and she announces, Xander. And Xander, describe your character.
I wasn't really expecting anything. I just put my name in because they wanted me to, so I'm like quite shocked and taken aback. And I believe I have to go up there, right? Or are we just like
At the moment, everyone's like patting your back. Some people next to you are like they see that they have O, and they're like throwing it down on the ground, and then like, oh wait, there's more drawings, and like picking it up, while others are patting you on the back. Your friends are like, yes.
Yeah, I laugh really loud, really obnoxiously, like not exactly normal, but not sure if I'm faking it or just really excited. I don't want to laugh because I want to blow people's ears off. But then I slowly make my way up.
Sophia starts like gestures towards you, and she's like, come on up.
Oh, okay.
Clear out of the way. Let's.
Yeah, I'd start getting up and everything, and go up to the podium and stuff. Just started laughing really loud.
And she's got you up there, and she's standing out there, and she's like, well, let's start the machine again. And it starts whirring once again, and she even gestures to you, Xander, you can do the honors if you want to grab the next.
Okay, sure, yeah, I'll grab the next one. I go up to the podium and just kind of wait, or to the ball.
Yeah, it spins and spins, and all the balls are bouncing around, and then
Let's see. I grab the ball, look at it, look to the crowd, look at her. Should I say it, or should I wait for a little bit? Kind of do a.
Say it already.
She like maybe like gestures you. She steps out of the way and gestures you towards the mic.
I'm gonna go to the mic and look at everybody and look at the ball again. It's G48.
Bingo! Bingo! And I'm just like waving my hands up in the air and starting to parade down to it.
I start pointing to you and everything. Hey, there he is.
Max, come on.
Yeah,
get
do you
up
want to
here.
describe?
Come on. Yeah. Jimmy looks completely looks scruffy, a little bit dirty. All of his clothes are wrinkly. He's wearing just a white shirt and a nice leather jacket on top. He's got a USMC pin on his jacket for some sort of flight crew. And he's pretty boldly packing his gun on his hip right now too. It probably is unloaded, but it's always there. So he's prancing on up with like a great big smile and personality, and he's hopping up onto the stage. Yeah, woo!
How is Max?
Max.
And also describe.
Max looks exactly like Corey Feldman from the movie Lost Boys. Bandana wrapped around his head. That 16-year-old playing an 11-year-old. Yeah, he's not excited at all. He's hands in his pockets, slumped over, following his overly excited, apparently gambling dad.
Is he joining him on the podium?
I mean,
Yeah, come up here, Max. Come on.
Yeah, it seems like he doesn't have a choice.
I'll keep calling your name till you get up here. It'll be real embarrassing.
So you've all gathered kind of on the podium or on the stage that they've set up there, and Sonia leans in again and everyone give a hand for your new crew, and everyone starts clapping. Woo! Yeah! Now, everyone, I'm sure you all want to celebrate with those that have been selected. So I won't keep you much longer, but remember they have to be awake and in my office at 10 a.m. And with that, she turns around and turns towards you, and she goes, "Well, all of you, enjoy tonight. We'll talk details tomorrow in my office at 10. Enjoy your celebrations and get packing because the shuttle will leave tomorrow night as well. So if you have any questions, we can talk tomorrow. But have fun. Congratulations, everyone." And she'll shake all of your hands, maybe ruffle your hair, Max.
Conrad just kind of stoically nods.
I start playing my guitar.
Yeah, what are you guys going to do to celebrate? You have until 10.
Yeah, you there, Xander. Hey, play his victory bell. Let's get a drink.
Totally. Get my guitar from my back. Start playing a little tune.
It's up to you all how well you know each other because you all have been living at this colony. But there's also there's only 140 people, so you probably definitely know each other's names and know of each other. But in terms of if you're buddy, if you're best friends, like any of those details, that's up.
So I'm from this colony, so I assume I like kind of know you guys, but not really. Like I stick.
You saw our name on the ledger at some point. I guess the real question is, who goes to Barry Bones' bar a whole bunch? Because I'm thinking Jimmy does. There you
Me
go. So
too.
I probably know you pretty well at this
Oh,
point.
yeah, probably drinking, buddy. I'm the guy playing the guitar, keep all the drugs in line.
Yeah, man, how lucky is this? We're gonna spend like a whole week out there, or
Oh, yeah.
month, or I don't know how long the trip's gonna be. They'll tell us tomorrow, but woo!
Yeah, this is awesome, man.
The real question is he good at the guitar? Or is he one of those guys that just knows the guitar to
He knows the whole 3 chords.
Right. And when I'm drunk, I am excellent at the guitar.
Excellent.
All right, so Xander, hey, how about you're my buddy? You're my guitarist and drinking
Sure.
buddy.
That'd be awesome.
I go to Barry Bones' bar frequently just because my wife is divorcing me and I haven't signed the paper.
Oh.
Oh, you too, huh?
Does
your wife
live on the colony? Does your wife live on the colony,
she's
or
here.
is she?
I can't wait to get away from that.
Oh, which one of us were you asking that?
Oh, I was asking Conrad Raygun, or not Conrad Raygun, Conrad Smith, because he just said he had divorce papers.
Foreshadowing the future.
Unless Jimmy and Conrad are married.
Oh.
In which case,
That'd
Jimmy's
be-
Ooh,
already
and that's
the
the
wife.
divorce papers? That, So, you guys celebrate the night away. Is anyone getting blasted? How much are you drinking and celebrating?
I'm pretty blasted. I'm just hanging out at the bar, like staring at the bartender, getting.
Watch, I can take a 5th shot, everybody.
Yep, that's us. We're the shop people. Every time we do, when I do a little.
Watch, I can totally ping pong one of these straight across the entire bar and off of Barry's head. Watch this one.
Go, 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 go.
So the big question is, the meeting is tomorrow at 10 a.m. What time do you expect you'll all get there? And
I will be getting there on time, very hungover. but Conrad is always.
I'm running in, tucking my shirt in and stuff. Obviously not slept a wink.
Jimmy, are you bringing Max?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to bring Max. Max may or may not have to wake me up to be on time, but I mean, I still have post UMSC training. I know how to wake up way earlier than I actually want to.
Right.
Clean my boots, everything.
Jimmy's a responsible adult, right?
Occasionally.
Yeah, that's why he's counting on his son to wake him up.
Well, just in case the hangover gets me,
Right,
It's a very functional app.
Yeah,
he's a
I'm
responsible
same as-
parent. He has to have his son wake him up after he gets drunk all night.
Question is, how much is Max gonna slingshot Jimmy until he wakes up?
I didn't know I was playing Dennis the Menace. I played the wrong character today.
So really a roughneck. I'm
But
used
yeah,
to getting plastered. Sorry.
But yeah, Jimmy knows how
Does
to make
Max have a
deadlines.
bunch of head, or is
So-
it just one headband that he always wears?
Oh, it's the same headband. It's sentimental
Ooh.
meaning to me.
Max, you gotta clean that one these days.
Or he's got like 4 copies of the same one, 4 copies of the same one. He just walks.
No, it's one headband. Dirty and old, but it's the same old headband.
All right. So you guys all arrive on time-ish in various states of somewhat dishevelment.
Yep.
And Sophia is there to greet you, mainly dishevelment on the side of what sounds like Xander there, still tucking in his shirt as he's coming into the office. Sophia is seated across the desk from you. She gestures you all to sit if you'd like coffee.
Yes.
Oh, sure, use some coffee right about now.
So she gets you all sorted out on any sort of beverages. Maybe there's even a box of knockoff donuts. So
Ooh, I love knockoffs.
I know there's a lot of rumors going on about how we got this ship, but as you all are going to be heading to get it, you should know the full details. A while back, the Cataract, which is the name of your ship that we've purchased. Of course, it's you're more than able to change it once you get there. But the Cataract pulled into Nostromo Station, which is but a single part. So on the map here, it is in Mu Cassiopeia. So right here. So we're in the Capo system, and Mu Cassiopeia is where Nostromo Station is. The crew apparently got off the ship and caused a little bit of a ruckus. The exact details are a little bit vague, and we don't know them all. But it seems like they caused enough of a ruckus, maybe even pulled some weapons on station. Most likely, they pissed off some of the MSS. Maybe said something defamatory towards the government, and they ended up all being imprisoned. And in my opinion, I think some of them even got executed. But in proper UPP fashion, they decided to give the ship back to the people. That is, they auctioned it off. And as Conrad might know, we've managed to get a small loan from Seegson, along with some of our funds, to purchase the ship and win the auction. I don't know the exact shape of the ship, but if it was run by the people that would shoot up a station, it might not be in the. Conrad has been given the paperwork for confirming our purchase of the ship. And we've purchased transportation that'll take you from here all the way to Nostromo Station. What we need you to do is we need you to travel there assess the situation of the ship. If any repairs need to be done, then especially if it needs repairs before it can fly, then if you can take care of those, that would be wonderful. Fortunately, we don't have any capital to give you. All of our excess money we used for the purchase. So any repairs will have to be taken care of out of your pocket. She kind of sighs. We understand that ship upkeep is expensive, and the loan to Siegson is as well expensive. And we want the ship to ideally pay for itself, and to eventually pay the colony back for the loan. So anything you guys can do to use the ship to generate that monetary value would be extraordinary. We already have some jobs from Siegson reps and other mining companies in system that the ship can handle, and that's why we tried to purchase the ship. Look at me, just talking away. Do you have any questions? I'm sure this is all exciting. I want to hear from you.
Well, you said it might need a few repairs. Now, if it's just a couple of gunshots in the hull, that ain't too hard to deal with. But if it's going to be a more extensive repair than that, you got anything here in the colony we could take with us? If it's missing a whole engine block, there ain't nothing we can do about that. I can only hope the Cataphract is able to tow it all the way back.
I don't know if it's missing an engine block. We got some details on the ship when it was being auctioned, but it seems like they were trying to. They seemed a little sketchy on the schematic report. It seems like they didn't spend a lot of time creating it, or maybe they're even purposely hiding things. But we think it can fly. That much we.
That's good to hear. But I guess worst case scenario, the towing situation. That ship got like a good tow line on it we can attach, or what we got here? Got none of that. That was perfectly quiet.
It's because I hit the wrong. The ship does have a salvage crane, but it doesn't have anything that it. I don't think it can tow a ship unless it's grabbed it with. I'm sure another ship could tow it though.
You cut off a little bit when you said grab it with X. What was after that?
Oh, it can drag ships with its salvage crane, but I mean, I guess you could grab a ship with your salvage crane and then have that ship drag you. I think the salvage crane is actually for like taking salvage. I don't know if it can actually grab a whole ship. I don't think it operates quite like a.
Well, the main thing is gonna be the Delta V here, you see, and I'm gonna dip straight into like pilot engineering terms and go. It's like, as long as you got enough propulsion for the amount of mass, it should be fine. The main problem is gonna be the deceleration process, and if it's attached to a crane, we ain't gonna bring it planet side for a while. But at least if it's up in orbit, we can deal with it after that.
Oh, so mechanically, there is something called a towing hitch that you can have.
Perfect.
But that's different from the salvage crane is a powerful crane mechanism that lets you salvage starship wrecks and space junk, pulling it into your cargo hold or attaching it to your.
Right, and I guess that'd be on the basis of that ship being smaller than ours. Which, wonderful question. How big is that ship, and how big is the one we have?
At the moment, you don't have a ship. They've bought transportation on a cargo hauler, They get cargo runs. It takes you to Capo system, and you're basically hitching a ride on their cargo vessel to the Nostromo station.
All
where
right.
you're
Mission's
taking
cleared
possession.
now. It's either takes flight or we're just grounded forever. Got it. That's great.
So once
Just
we
great.
get there, then we have to somehow find.
Well, I really
well,
hope
the
you
ship
got that
is
corporate
in
checkbook.
We do have a purchase card.
Yeah, the ship is currently possessed by Nostromo Station, so you think it'll be pretty easy to find. It's more if the ship can run. You assume that since they got there, they didn't get in any fights, so they probably have a working FTL. How efficiently it's working, that's an.
Well, yeah, as long as it got enough food. The Nostromo station, that almost sounds familiar. There's people still manning that, right?
Oh yeah, it's a fully manned station.
All right, so we won't be like completely out in the wilderness or nothing. They can always give us a shove, I guess.
Yeah, if you need any assistance, they should be able to help you. The folks we worked with were.
Well, still sounds like we're on a $0 operation here, so can't really ask for anything. Ship's
Unfortunately,
out there. We go out and see if it works, and if it doesn't, fuck us, I suppose.
Originally it was a plan just to send 3, but considering your situation, Jimmy, she looks at kind of glances at Max for a second. We know you don't want to be separated from your son, so
yeah, awfully considerate.
We've managed to get another ticket. We'll just shove him into the same hypersleep tube as.
Wonderful.
Quality time.
Is there anything else you'd like to do? Is there anything you want to leave at the colony, or what all are you guys taking with you? Are you taking all?
Yeah, I just have like a little bit of stuff. I'm definitely going to be bringing the compression suit. That's absolutely a must.
I really that's everything I have, yeah. Don't have much.
All right, Max, you got
Yeah,
your
you could
stuff
try
back
to
like I told
roll
you?
for manipulation.
All right, I'm gonna roll for manipulation because I want Sonia or Sophie. I want to be funded better.
Yes.
Yeah, her name's Sophia. I'm going to say this is going to be a difficult manipulation check because they really don't have a lot of funding. So your input, what that means is when you roll manipulation, you're going to the way you roll is you roll by just hitting manipulation, and it'll ask for an input value, and I think you'd hit -1, and that'll roll it with 1.
What about my take control talent? Is that?
So your take control means you use wits instead of empathy. So I guess I don't know if mechanically this has a way to do that. If so, I haven't found it. So I guess you have to, when you roll, you'll have to roll, like add the difference. Like when it says input modifier, add the difference there between your empathy and your wits. So try that again. So it'll be usually you'd have your wits of 5, and your manipulation of 3. So normally if you were just doing manipulation with empathy, your input increase would be 3 because your wits is 3 higher. So in this case, only increased by 2. No, normally it would be 3, and now you're doing 2. That's
There we go.
And so the way Aliens works is you just need 1 success. Like these are all D6s, and you only succeed if there's a 6. And that's the success symbol is that 1 right there. There's also there's 2 different types of dice. Yeah, funny enough, on all 3 you had a success. There's 2 types of dice. There'll be regular, which looks like are black, and then stress dice, which are yellow. And once you start getting stress dice, then that's where you can start getting fumbles and panic. What are you saying, Con?
I'm saying I really think that you should fund us better. You're hiring my great services and the services of my colleagues. So I really, I think we should have better funding for this.
She sighs and she goes, well, I can help you somewhat. We don't have a lot of cash left, but I can give you some pieces of equipment. I'm willing to offer you, parts and pieces. So essentially, mechanically, what she's offering you is she'll either offer you enough equipment to make 1 heavy machinery repair or 1 Comtech repair. So she can either provide, she can provide some sort of material components, maybe like circuit boards or, nuts and bolts.
What do you
Nuts and
think,
bolts.
Pilot?
Just a bunch of. And it's all of your choices which of those you'd like.
Yeah, what's your pick, Conrad? What we got?
Oh, I'll take the contact stuff.
The Comtech stuff.
Yeah, the Comtech.
Stuff. All right. So maybe we should start a group inventory or a ship inventory. So I've added it under you.
Yeah, that'll be good.
All right. So now there's a even though you don't have the ship yet, there's a ship inventory so that
Cool.
you can all edit it, you can all modify it, so you can toss that.
Right, and we'll just add 1 Comtech repair thing to it then.
Sorry, where is that?
It's just over with all the other.
That is yeah, right where you next to your character.
Gotcha.
Oh, so spare parts typically are a mechanical spare part is typically around $100,000, while a electronic spare part is easily twice that sum. So, and if you don't feel like paying for spare parts, you can deep space salvaging is a way you can get that equipment as well. And so and in terms of salvaging, you can typically salvage a number of spare parts from a ship equal to its whole score, half mechanical and half electronic.
Okay. So we have a.
All right, so we're adding that to the list. Sounds like about all
Yep,
that they're ever going to give
it's
us.
Electronic parts. Yeah, that's what she's offered
We'll
you as a
take it.
concession.
Well, about as good as we're going to get. All right, Xander, Max, guess what? We're moving boxes. So, let's get moving, everybody.
All right, so yeah, you load that all up on your on the shuttle that you guys are getting ready to take, and I mean it's several crates of or a crate or two of equipment, and you load it up on the shuttle, and that afternoon you take off towards the cargo hauler that's visiting the Capo colony.
Mhm.
You say your goodbyes to the colony, and once you get on the cargo hauler, they I mean, they have their own crew, so essentially they're just putting you in. Are you talking to us, Cody? Because we can't hear you at all.
No, sorry.
So essentially, they just load you in hypersleep. If you guys are on your own ship, someone will have to wake up periodically and do like standard repairs on your ship.
Yeah.
So mechanically, you guys are traveling 1 parsec, which will take 20 days. So one of you would basically have to wake up every 7 days and do a heavy machinery roll. You could also do a comtech roll, but the ship's AI can also take care of the comtech roll for you. So you really only need someone with heavy machinery to wake up, unless you want to make sure that the AI doesn't fail the comtech roll. If you fail one of those checks, then you have minor ship damage start to build up. So it's about a 20-day travel there, which with the one parsec in FTL. So can everyone roll a d6 for me?
Straight up
In
D6.
in roll 20. Yeah, you can either roll it in the chat with /roll, or you can use your character.
Hey,
Oh, yeah, this button. That'll be nice. Okay. So 3, 3, 6.
and if you need help with the heavy machinery roll, I could assist with that. It's kind of my thing.
Sweet. So I'm gonna mark you down for that in the future.
Yeah, you offer that to the crew as you're getting loaded up into hypersleep, and we've got an engineer on our ship. We can take care of that. You're paying for transportation, so we're giving you transportation.
All right, just making sure we don't die.
Don't
now.
worry about a thing. So what's happening here is if you're in FTL for a long amount of time, you can start going crazy, and basically it lasts until FTL ends. So like if you're the person that's supposed to wake up every week, you could be, start thinking something's after you and all that exciting things. So you guys reach there. Xander, maybe you're starting to feel a little like maybe this is your first time in a long time in hypersleep, and maybe all you've been thinking about is they don't have my help. We're all gonna die. That's what you did say before you went into hypersleep. And so maybe as you're being woken up, the first thing you think is, "Are we dead?" And you're like, maybe you act a little bit crazy, but the person waking you up like calms you down. They're like, "We've reached Nostromo Station. You're severely dehydrated," and each one of you is offered water as you're woken up.
Gotcha.
Yeah, nice warm
Hypersleep
drink.
leaves you dehydrated. Yeah, it leaves you dehydrated unless you take. There's a certain pill you can take that keeps you hydrated. I can't remember the exact name off my head. But you've all arrived at Nostromo Station. The ship is pulling up to dock, and the crew guides you to through the airlock, where you see it's connected to a rather. So this is what the station looks like here. On the left, we have what the station looks like. And on the right, we have the C deck, which is the main concourse, which is where passengers are allowed. So right now, you guys are currently docked at the spaceport transfer gate. and you're being let in through a sort of like your cargo is being offloaded separately from you. You'll meet it in the cargo handling module, but right now you're being basically processed through space customs, where you head into the spaceport, and each one of you is stopped by the security station. We'll start with you, Conrad. So you're, I mean, are you guys? So you approach the security station, and a security guard looks up. Welcome, comrade. Welcome, comrade. What brings you to Nostromo?
Hey, check out this purchase confirmation.
Oh, gone quiet again. Wrong button. We'll get it.
Welcome to the UPP. I'll get it eventually. Remember, obey all laws, and no fighting on the station. You are allowed. Would you like to check any weapons? You are allowed to have any handheld weapons with you. However, rifles or anything like that are not allowed on the station. If you have one of those, you're more than willing to check it with us.
Pistol's good.
Oh, yes. A pistol is fine. Just keep it holstered, and no firing on the ship, or no firing.
No firing, Jimmy.
Yeah, I hear you. Can't set up a range here anyway.
The next person, Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy will go up next and be shuffling Max in with him.
How can I help you? Welcome to Nostromo Station. Do you have anything?
Yep. Nothing really to declare. It's just this big box of crap, and I got a gun, but it's small enough. I ain't firing it.
All right. We'll keep an eye.
All right, come
Welcome
on,
to Nostromo Station.
and in we go.
Xander.
Just following them. Just shuffling.
Hello there.
around. Hello.
Anything to declare, sir?
Just a small pistol.
All right. Thank you. You may go on in. And so as each one of you passes the security station, they take some information, maybe they check your ID, and they let you in. And you go through, one of those security scanners, which, as for each one of you that declared a weapon, it like beeps. But they kind of just nod at you and let you in. Since you declared all your weapons, nothing else bad happened. So you guys are in Nostromo Station.
Well, seems to me like the first thing on our agenda ought to be checking out our scrap of junk and seeing how bad off that is. So you know which gate it's at?
So Conrad would know that you would have to visit the essentially the space station's security office to get possession of your
All right, so we're going to the security office.
All right, I'm going to take it. You can handle that
here
part.
Yeah. So Conrad's doing that. Is everyone going with Conrad, or
I'm going to sit on the box, get a smoke.
I'll go with Conrad.
All right.
I'll stick with the dad.
Conrad, don't let Max wander
All
off
right,
too far
sounds
from
good.
you.
I'm gonna
All right.
raise an arm in the air and show off the location bracelet you've thrown on me, as if I could.
That's all right. I'll know when you're outside of 3 miles. So don't jettison yourself into space.
All right, so we go to the office, we knock on the door.
Yeah, so you go to the security office, and a clerk. How may I help you?
Hello, we're here to pick up a ship. this is the purchase confirmation. We'd like to see it now. If
Do you have any?
yes,
Do you have any
it's right
paperwork?
here is the purchase confirmation.
She takes it and she. Okay. 1 second. She takes it back into the back office, and you can see her kind of like you can hear just muffled chatting on the other side. And then she comes back through. She goes, "All right, your paperwork is checked out. Let me just print out some ID badges so you can get access through the airlock. 1 second."
Thanks.
So she starts like fiddling around, hitting some buttons on her computer, and you hear the whirring. And she's printed out several. How many ID badges will you need?
We'll need about 4.
All right, sounds good. So she prints off 4 ID badges. They say like temporary badge. They kind of look like hotel room keys. These will allow you access into the airlock that the ship is currently connected to. She gives you directions to how to get to that airlock. Thank you for coming by. If you need any help, just let us know. Have a good day.
Thank you. So, what deck is this?
This will still be this deck. You'll just use one of the. You'll just have to leave out the spaceport lobby and then go to one of the cargo
Alright.
handling modules. So you guys have now been granted access to your ship. This is what your guys' ship looks like. If that all popped up on your screen.
Yeah.
So this is the G-class commercial deep space salvage vessel. This is what it looks like in profile, at least. And this is what it looks like when it's fully maintained. However, looking out the video, you can see, or not looking at the video, but looking out any of the stations windows, you see that it looks rather beat up. Any of the portholes. It looks rather beat up, and if a spaceship can be dirty, this ship looks dirty. You see some of the antennas are bent. There's scratches and dents in some of the holes. It looks like a ship that's been well used.
Well, it's a piece of junk we got.
What would you guys like to do?
Well, better safe than sorry. I'm gonna go ahead and do maybe some context shenaniganry to connect with the ship, get its own internal report of like air pressure and things like that before we open up the airlock straight into a vacuum and such like that.
Right.
All right. So yeah, you fiddle around and you connect to the mother. Like you've got one of these wall ports in the space station, and you connect to the mother on ship, and it spits out a readout for you that it's got internal pressure. The air is breathable. The air scrubbers appear to be working. Everything appears to be working well, at least within livable parameters. Like you see, there's several malfunctions, and on this readout, you're seeing several glitches as well. It looks like you'll just have to check it out and make sure.
Right, better safe than sorry. I'm gonna go ahead and suit up now just to have it, and then flip the visor up if I ever need it, kind of thing. And I'm gonna go ahead and do the inspection of the ship. The readout doesn't seem to indicate there's any like terrible hull breaches depressurizing the entire thing, so it should go by pretty quickly. But I'm going to be on this task for a while. If anyone feels more risky than wearing an air suit in a ship that could have a bunch of damage, you're welcome to come.
I'll go with you.
But otherwise, I'll be busy for a while.
I believe within a machine.
Yep. So the way Alien. Oh, yep. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I was gonna say heavy machinery. I could help them with stuff, right?
Yeah. I'm going to call you in to repair stuff, but this is like
okay.
the walk around right now.
Oh, okay, you're dispatching. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Have fun.
So the way Alien seems to be structured is there's rounds, which are combat, and turns, which are like a number of rounds, and then shifts, and then days. And shifts there's 4 shifts in a day, and then and the days are of course days. So we're now going into kind of like a shift action. So like, well, you'll be working for a shift. I'm now gonna move you over to your ship map. So here is a layout of your ship.
Let's take a look at this.
This is every deck on your the CM90 Corvus. Yeah, does everyone see that? It's pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
At the moment, there's no character sheets for starships. So I mean, but I think the only thing you can really track is kind of damage to them. So at the moment, the hull isn't damaged. So I'm going to say it's going to take about a shift of work for you all to kind of like go through the ship and check it out and like assess what's going on and all that. So it's approximately like 6 hours of time for you guys to go through the entire ship because it's a rather large ship and check all the ducts and check the quarters and kind of move in all your stuff and whatnot. Is that okay to everyone? Is anyone else taking precautions or like I know Jimmy is wearing his compression suit. Is anyone else wanting to wear one?
I'd like to wear a suit.
Same.
Do you have a compression suit?
Do you own one?
Yeah, if you own one, you can wear one. Otherwise, you're walking in and you're sitting.
Can I just stay back and hit up the restaurant?
Yeah. Go to the bar, relax for a bit, make sure Max doesn't
Get a
get into
drink.
too much trouble.
Yeah, come on, Max.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, just take my son to the. There was a gym, so you could take him to the
I'm an
gym.
old fat.
That's my drunken deadbeat dad.
Not deadbeat, I have work.
Bought himself a suit,
3
didn't get
drunks
his
and
son a suit.
When you're 18 and you could get a suit.
It's alright, I'll let you shoot the gun back on the colony.
Lets his son play with guns.
I'll let you choose which kid you want to shoot to.
So, you two, the kid and the corporate agent, are at the bar. While the drunken, trigger-happy father and Xander are checking through the ship. With just the two of you, you aren't able to get as much done as you'd like in terms of like cleaning up and whatnot, but you are able to do a full systems check. You find that there's 2 problems. One is the ship appears to have a minor reactor leak, which means for every shift of work done in the reactor room, you'd receive 1 dose of radiation. In order to fix that, that'll require a heavy machinery check. Also, and maybe Xander, you're the one that's discovering that as you're doing a lot of the more manual checks.
Gotcha.
Jimmy, you're doing a lot of like electronic checks and you're checking to make sure everything's working in the bridge. And while you're running through some, startups and, you're firing all the computers, you're realizing that some of the instruments are actually malfunctioning. And that'll be a CommTech repair check. Essentially, until that's repaired, you have a -1 piloting, a -1 CommTech, and a -1 ranged combat for the ship. So, in terms of what your ship has, your ship is an otherwise standard CM90S Corvus ship, which you can find in the Aliens rulebook on page 180. I don't know, since there's not a character sheet, I don't know how you want to record that. Maybe we could also record that in our ship inventory. You could just keep the
that might be a
stats and
good place to
internal
do it. Just
modules.
like have a set for that, and then underneath it, all the rest of the stuff we're caring about. So we'll try to format some of that once I have like more brain for it, I think. But yeah, so looks pretty good.
That's that. The things of note is it doesn't have planetfall capacity, which means you can't land on a planet with your ship. Another thing is it currently doesn't have a shuttle on it. And I think the hull points are wrong on the ship, because a normal G-class ship should have 5 hull, and you've got hull reinforcement 2, which would give you 2 additional hull. So I think in the book it should be either hull 7 or it should be either hull 7 or it should be reinforced frame 1. I've tried to ask the forums, but I haven't had an answer yet. So.
Right. Well, I guess in the meantime, we'll try not to crash it, despite my son's insistence I do it again.
Again is the word he used.
Of note on the ship, there is some equipment that appears left behind from the other occupants. You see 3 old compression suits. They're actually Mark 30 instead of Mark, I think 40 is the newer brand that you probably have. See, these are an older
even.
issue compression suits. Yeah, so these are Mark 30s. You have 50. What that means is they have a max air supply of 3 and an armor rating of only 1. So.
Yeah.
They're not quite as good as having a Mark 50, but they're better than having nothing.
Right, so that'll be worth
you
having on the
find
ship
about
inventory.
a few units of, you can add that there. There's a few units of prefab meals, and there's a few bottles of water just laying around as well. But in general, the inside of the ship is a mess. Mechanically, there's nothing there, but it's really like, it looks like the people that were here last did not treat it very well. You find garbage everywhere, and just like surfaces are gross, and the kitchen and the mess hall are just, there's food still crusted on plates, and the microwave is just god awful. So it'll probably take a shift of work to just kind of do a deep clean of the ship.
Yeah, and for the repairs, like what's the kind of ETA on those? Like a shift each, I suppose?
So in order to do the instrument malfunction, it'll be a ComTech repair roll, and that'll take 1 shift of work. And in order to do the
How many shifts
so you just have to succeed. There's 4 shifts in a day.
Okay.
In order to do you can aid each other on the repair roll as well, and up to 3 people can aid you. Each person aiding will give you a +1 on that, or +1 dice.
Got it.
At the moment, you have 1 unit of electronic repair equipment. So at the moment, all you could repair is the damaged equipment, or the damaged or the malfunctioning.
Yeah. So I'll probably definitely send a message over to Conrad and say, like, could we get a price check on a reactor leak? And let them handle that off on the side while I'm still like doing all of this.
So at this point, a single shift has passed by. So you guys have spent several hours, doing equipment check. And Conrad has had some. What have you, Conrad and Max? What have you been talking about? What have you been doing for the
I'm teaching Max how to be a man. We drank some old fashions, checked out the ladies.
Cool. So I've gone from my alcoholic and possibly abusive father to, I don't even know. How did you get me, an 11-year-old boy, a couple of old fashions?
Oh, we stuck him in. I know the bartender.
He's manipulative.
Yeah.
Conrad's manipulative.
Manipulated the ID.
It's deep space in the PPC. They don't care how old you are.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I'm not going to look a
Age
gift
doesn't
drink in the mouth.
Can we hear some of this lady advice, by the way, Conrad? What nuggets of wisdom are you passing along to this young adult, this block?
You gotta kind of like put them down to make them come to you,
Yes, I think they call that negging.
Yeah, you gotta neg them.
My dad talks about that all the time.
Does he like the tall, leggy?
I think that might have been pegging.
Who knows?
All right, so we gotta leave the restaurant for a little bit.
Yeah, so you guys get contacted by Jimmy. What do you tell?
All right. So, looks pretty good so far. I'm liking what I'm seeing, but we also got a bit of a reactor leak that's a bit of a problem. I mean, if you don't like radiation, maybe you're one of those kinds of people. So if you could do me a solid, see maybe like what you can do for parts around here. Just price check that. I don't know how much that card's gonna take us here, but maybe it could work. Or if it doesn't seem like you got enough, maybe see if anyone here is willing to prepay for some kind of job. Because leak or not, we could probably take this out and grab some salvage pretty easily. But yeah, other than that, place just needs a deep cleaning, which I know Max is going to volunteer for. And after that, everything should be a-okay. Just got to put the dashboard back in, hook up a couple extra things. I think we got this in hand. So I'll go ahead and take a break here. You see what you can do for parts, and then we'll come back and do this. I guess one more thing is, unless we want to sleep on the ship, might have to spend a night here.
All right.
Depends on if we can do this in a single day. We'll see.
As you're going around, you also find in the cargo hold, Jimmy and Xander, you find the cargo hold is actually full of boxes, sealed boxes marked textiles on the side with a shipping. What are those called? We've got the shipping. Yeah, shipping label. Yep, it's got a shipping label on it. It seems to be from some sort of company called N Shipping, and it seems to be destined for Rousian.
Well, it's ours now. And by that, I mean we could also maybe see if we could pick up the contract.
So, Conrad and Max, in turn, what are you guys going to do? He just contacted you about finding parts.
All right, so we've got to go somewhere to ask about those parts that we need. Do I go back to the same lady?
You could. I mean, you don't really know. You could certainly ask around the ship. How are you going to try to find someone to sell you?
I'm gonna talk to the bartender here at this restaurant. I don't know his name, but I'm gonna manipulate him to tell me where I might be able to find some parts.
You don't have to actually do rolls in these situations unless it's dangerous or like there's a chance of failure
like, hey,
and stuff like that.
I've hardly tipped.
Yeah. How can I help you? He's cleaning out a rag. Another old fashioned.
Sure. And while you're at it, I'm looking for somewhere I could get some machine parts for my.
Oh yeah, we tend to get a lot of folks coming through selling salvage parts. Anything in particular you're looking for? I know there's a few folks that usually sell parts to damaged ships. You can probably reach them at the switch over to the Nostromo station. You can probably let me look around. Oh yeah, you kind of point to that corner. Yeah, you can see those guys over there in the overalls. That's a crew that usually works out of Nostromo station. If anyone has good parts, go talk to them. I think the name. I think Craig. I think Craig. That's. I heard something like that. I think that.
Thank you, sir. He kind of just gets up and saunters over to Craig and his group. Craig's crew. And he kind of like drags Max, I guess, arm. Not sure how much Max has drank at this.
You know, I'm
So it's you
probably
carrying
fine.
a drunk baby, or
No, I'm probably. I imagine I'm probably fine, but I'm probably too open to do anything.
Just like slightly traumatized and. All right.
I mean, he might not even like the taste of alcohol.
Oh, I'm sure he doesn't, but you've proposed it to me in such a way that this is what a man does. So
Exactly.
So these guys are all drinking beers here and chatting. Probably you overhear some of their crude jokes as you approach.
All right. I kind of tap Craig on the shoulder and I'm like, "Hey, I heard that you guys had access to some ship parts."
Oh yeah, you looking for
Yeah.
salvage? I'm the man to talk to. What sort of pieces?
Looking for machine parts for a leak. Gas.
Oh, looking for someone to fix a leak, gas leak. What model ship are we talking about? I think I've got something in my hold that might help that out. I can get you on my.
It's a Corvus.
Corvus 9.
Corvus
Corv-
9.
Oh yeah, I can. I've definitely got some spare parts for a Corvus 90. Although we're talking UA dollars, because it's a little expensive though. I've got some pretty good bidders looking to buy some of my salvage.
What's the current?
It's probably going to run you maybe 100.
Oof. Well, I'm sure that we could agree on a new approach. And then I need to manipulate. Oh. Yeah.
You're going to try to manipulate them. Well, you see, it's not as easy as that. I've got my parts lined up to be sold to the UPP and their fledgling fleet. If I try to cut my prices, I can't cut prices on Craigslist. I mean, my list of sellers they look for me for valuable pieces of equipment, and without me, I just can't sell willy nilly at low.
Check out this Rolex watch, man. Look at me. Well, if that's the case, do you know where I could find some parts that are more affordable?
Well, you might be able to find some cheaper parts by finding them yourself. Oh, but if you go any cheaper, you're dangerously in the territory of ineffective parts. Something that could damage.
Got it. All right. And where might I find those myself?
You think I'm just gonna tell you where I'm finding all my salvage? Those are good.
You're gonna give me those secrets.
Well, I see your watch there. Maybe with a little bit of funds, I might be able to let you know where I've.
Fun, you say?
Maybe 100,000, and I'll give you.
You sure you won't take the boy?
Whoa!
He's a good one.
Whoa!
All right.
I'm going to stumble into this man. You know, just like trip over my
into
own
Conrad
feet.
or
No, into what's this guy's name? Cletus? I don't know. The guy she's talking to. The guy
Craig, I
Conrad
think.
is talking to.
Yeah, this is Craig. Craig and his list of ship.
Craig, Space Cletus, whatever. I'm tripping into him. I'm gonna fall into him.
Whoa! Hey, kid, back off! I don't want to try to buy this kid. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't.
I pat the kid's head.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had too much to drink today.
Sorry, he drank too much orange juice.
While I'm into him, though, I want to try and pick his pockets.
All right, yeah. I'll say that. What skill do you think?
I mean, if you leave it to me, I'm going to tell you my best skill, so maybe you should decide.
I love this slowly discovering the stuff my son gets up to bit.
You don't have to discover. You've got me tagged.
For a reason, it seems.
You've probably picked me up as much from juvie as I've picked you up from the police station.
I'm your father and your parole officer.
And I'm your alibi.
I'm gonna say it's a mobility check against his observation. So it's you guys both roll, and you're allowed to push your roll, which means you're allowed to take a point of stress to re-roll. But the successes will cancel.
No, it's fine. I rolled one success, I guess, is what that means.
Nice.
So he didn't notice you at all. So you stumble up against him, and you manage to reach into his pockets and steal his.
Sorry, you say his ID card?
Oh yeah, you've got his ID.
Alright. I'll do that little slip it between the fingers thing. Turn around. Head back over to Conrad with my head down. Little, sway.
All right.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, so
Well, it's since I can't afford anything that he has. I'll say thank you, Craig, seeing that we've stolen an ID card, and I'll slowly walk away.
I'll keep you on my
Yeah,
list.
sure, man.
If I got any discount parts, or if I have heavy machinery parts, I'll bring.
Sure thing.
Keep you on my list.
Yeah, you might want to put Conrad on your list. He's the one trying to.
All right, so let's look at this ID card. Where can we access?
So, you guys are checking out the ID card. Back on the ship, what are you guys going to be doing? Are you working on just cleaning, or are you going to work on doing that con?
Well, we do have it here, so I may as well go ahead and start trying to work on the malfunctioning equipment and get that out of the way.
Do you have the tools for it?
Well, I have a tool,
What tool
and we
you
do
got?
have the spare parts. I got the maintenance jack, and that helps with the heavy machinery stuff, but not with the comm check stuff.
Oh, here, I'll tell you what. I'll give you my electronic tools. You can work on that, and
Okay.
I'll use my jack and my
Okay.
shoot, my
How much is the bonus from your equipment here?
+1.
+1. Okay. So I've got plenty of stats here. So what am I gonna roll for Comtech?
And he can also aid you. He can also
Right.
aid you to give you a +1 as well. So then you'd be both.
Okay. So yeah, let's work together. Let's hit this out. We'll use your stuff, and I'll make sure it doesn't completely fry. So order of operations. I guess he rolls an assist first.
He doesn't roll to assist. He just he is
He just
assisting.
does.
So he gives you a +1 on yours. Yeah, he just does.
Okay.
You can assist on everything except like attacking monsters. I think you actually can assist there.
Cool.
Never mind. There's some rules there.
Yeah, there's a whole command thing. I imagine that might help. But all right. So I'd assume this is like Wits Comtech or something.
If you just roll Comtech, it'll build. It uses the ability score you had.
Okay, and I have 2 extra dice, one from him helping me, and another one from having his equipment. So I'll add 2 to the modifier.
Yeah, so it should be a total of 5.
4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7, like you said. So it's pretty good. I got 1.
So you guys work together this whole shift, and you manage to fix the malfunctioning equipment. You patch enough wires, and that uses up your electronic equipment.
Yeah, so we're now
Your
at 0 of
electronic
that,
spare part.
but it's fixed.
Oh, wait, this giving me to keep buying it. Wow. Good to know.
Yeah. So yeah, ship maintenance is going to be expensive.
Yeah,
So
no
at least
kidding.
if it starts getting,
hmm
that's why you want to make sure you succeed those roles on your FTL travel every week.
Yeah, because otherwise damage builds up. You need more spare parts, and it all just starts falling apart.
Yeah, it's a bad death spiral. Yeah, that was a lot of money too. Damn.
So that's what we're doing for your shift. That's what you guys are doing. It is your turn, so at the same time, Conrad and Max, you guys have stolen this ID card. What are you going to?
Well, first of all, what is the ID card access?
Just looking at the ID card,
No
you have no
idea.
idea. It's got his name on it. It's got a little picture of Craig's spaceless Cletus. It's got his his ship. It's even got a ship number. Unlike yours that looked like temporary cards where they didn't have your name on it. They just had yours literally had that stuff printed on it. This looks like a more permanent ID card. Maybe as if this guy comes here a lot and has actually established a relationship with Nostromo Station. So he's allowed that sort of access. You don't know where it allows access to, but you do know that in the very center of Nostromo Station, there is that elevator there that can take you to different levels.
Ah,
Yeah, it looks like
So I
deck
kinda-
B or A would be the place to go.
yeah.
Because we're looking. I'm just assuming Conrad's motivations here, but I'm looking like we're gonna try and jack some material, right?
Yeah, we're gonna hit up the cargo deck. Let's start there. We're looking for machinery.
All right.
So we get in the elevator, kind of.
So you guys are going to get in the elevator and try to break into the cargo level from this one. So you guys hop into this this center elevator shaft and hit and you hit B and you scan the ID card, and sure enough, it does start taking you down to that next level.
Okay.
So you guys get out on you're peeking out of the elevator, and you see you're in a similar shaped. You're in a similar concourse style area in which you see several exits leading out. There are several labels along the wall. I don't have the map pulled up yet. There are several labels along the wall that seem to be directing you to what looks like three different or not cargo decks, but you see there looks like there's two different entrances to cargo bay. You see what looks like an airlock access. You see several workshops, and you actually see what looks like a doctor's office as well. At the moment, there's currently no one out.
There's no guards or anything.
You're not seeing any guards.
All right, I turn to Max and I'm like, "You're my little thief. Where do you think we should go, Max?"
I'm sorry, I missed the beginning description because of doing some janky voice thing going on. Is this
Yeah.
an unloading area or?
This is a this is you don't think this is connected to this is like where they're all the cargo is being.
Okay, so this is where it's being stored, not where it's being picked up from or sent.
Yeah, this is the where cargo is all stored. So there's several cargo bays, and you see one airlock that looks like it. You can connect to the out.
All right. Well, doing a quick scan over all the materials down here. Is there anything that, assuming that I've stolen stuff in the past, would stand out to me as the most valuable material down here?
That's why it's just working with your dad and knowing what's what.
Or I have a history of this. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
I've uploaded the picture in our Discord because I don't have it quite. But you're looking for anything through. You're going to leave the elevator and go into one of these rooms.
Yeah.
There's two cargo bays. The two large rooms to the left and to the right, or the north and south or southwest. Those are cargo bays.
Which way are we facing?
Anyone in particular?
I'm looking at the picture that you put in the Discord. Which direction is
Yeah,
the
using
exit?
the picture. Yeah, north is top. So north is a cargo bay, and
No.
west
I'm
is
asking which way is the exit on the elevator? Which direction am I facing?
it looks like there's 4 exits.
A weird elevator.
You guys are facing west.
All right. So we'll check out the southwest one first.
The one that's underneath the restaurant? You think that they're going to put the most expensive stuff underneath the restaurant? Conrad, is that what you're thinking?
They got gold leaf.
I say don't go for Y either. That's right underneath the restroom. That means they would put expensive stuff right underneath the plumbing. Does not sound like the way to go.
Yeah, that's accurate.
I mean, in my opinion, maybe north or directly west.
Okay, yeah. I'm thinking
The only cargo bays look like they are to the north and west. The others have different. You'd have to get closer and actually read the labels
I'm gonna go
on the.
north because it's below the
I hate to be contrarian in everything I say, but it looks like directly east of us could be security, which means that maybe west is the better idea. I have no idea what that symbol means, but that's weapon or a targeting reticle.
That's actually why I said west.
I'll say that's kind of the information you can pick up from just like peering out of the window. That kind of those are the indications.
All right, so this conversation is basically you say one thing, I disagree in a giant circle until we go right back to what you said to begin with.
Well, if it's closer and there's no guards that I can see.
Depending on what that symbol of a man in the southwest corner means.
Yeah. What does that mean? On the direct west symbol is...
That's a cargo.
All right. And what's this, is that more cargo? The
north?
That's connected? All right. I think we should enter from the west then.
Sounds good to me.
All right. So we sneak over there and we enter the west.
All right, so you guys make a little bit of a dash over and across and enter a large car. you see there's parts and boxes and crates everywhere.
We have to start opening them, right? I mean, how big is this part that we're looking for?
I mean, you're looking
Huge
for
parts,
huge
yeah.
parts. Like you're looking for $100,000 worth of like spaceship
So I
mechanics.
don't feel like it's gonna be in here.
Well, we can read the labels. You know, isn't
Yeah.
there a manifest somewhere in the room that we'd be able to read what's in the room?
You're looking around just in this room that you have here, and you're not.
All right, can I open up one of the...
Yeah, you open up a box, and there's looks like a bunch of different food.
All right.
Question. On the outside of the elevator, there is a symbol that looks like a computer. Is that a computer terminal?
We can't check the terminal for items listed and
Right, a cargo manifest has to exist. It just simply has to.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you access the machine and you start typing around, and it says a cargo manifest. So that's small, which it directs you on the B deck. That small building, that small little. There's 3. I'm trying to get it uploaded to. But it's located in the office right there. To the north, the west. There's 3 cargo bays, and there's a small.
So the office on this floor?
One second. I've got it uploaded to Roll20.
I would say south of the security office, or whatever we think is the security office.
Yeah.
Not hearing any of that one.
He blacked it all out.
Yeah, I would say I saw it. And then
All
I
right, so
didn't.
yeah, so here it is now. So here's what you have now. Here's what you have access to now, and here is what you've gone through.
Right, but you said that the
Here, you're now in a cargo bay.
that the screen showed us where it was on the deck. So, does the screen not have a schematic of the?
Yeah, so right there. Yeah, so now you have that schematic that I uploaded in Discord. So this is the schematic, and here I'll just give you for easy peasy. If you look up the schematic.
For that matter, does it not label the areas? Okay, there we go. Oh, Colonel.
Yeah,
Colonel
so in the
Marshal's
schematic
office.
it does label this.
Okay.
All right.
I've got an idea
Nice.
for you, Conrad.
What's that?
You hide around the corner. Here, let me ping. Cool. Even my pings are lagged. You hide around the corner right there. I am going to come stumbling out of the elevator making a very loud noise. I'm 11 years old. They're not going to do a shit to me. And while I'm getting everybody here distracted, you sneak around into the office and see what's on that manifest.
All right. I'm down.
Alright, well, you go over there, and I'm going to stumble out of this elevator drunk and make a lot of noise.
So here, you guys can pull your tokens on this.
Well, again, as lagged as I am, can you do that for me?
Yeah.
Because either I did it and I put it exactly where Conrad is, or I did nothing. There we go.
It looks. Where do you? Yeah, where do you guys want to be? You guys are both going to be right there. The office that has the manifest is this one right here.
Okay.
Oh, so literally there's nobody to distract. The whole plan is for naught.
In the cargo bay. Yeah.
So there's no one there.
You don't know.
Well,
So
either way,
we'll-
I could go first. Because again, I am
Yeah,
a...
you go first. I'll wait. Right there.
Right. So I will go in.
All right, so you're going to wait in the cargo bay, and you're going to try to get in front of him and stumble in front.
True.
No, I'm just going to go in. And if there's nobody there... Hey, Conrad, come on. Because again, I'm 11. Worst thing that happens is they tell my dad, and my dad gets in trouble. Conrad gets caught. Conrad has a whole professional career to be thinking about.
All right, so you're going to go into the office?
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so you approach the office, and as you do hear like the clicking and clacking as if it sounds like someone is working.
Hey, let me in. I use the bathroom.
So you start making some noise, and a guy dressed in just work outfit, looks like he's kind of a roughneck style, like he's working in the cargo bay. He gets up and who the hell? What are you doing here? Is this a kid?
Gotta use the bathroom.
Is this someone's?
Bathroom. Where's the bathroom? Out of my way.
Kid, how did you get?
Yeah, I'm gonna push past him if he doesn't stop me.
Yeah, I mean he's kind of like bewildered. There's no bathroom in here. What the heck?
I walk to a corner. I'm gonna pull my pants down.
Oh no! And he like grabs a garbage like a garbage bin, and he's like trying to put it in front of you. No, get in here.
While this is going on, I am gonna sneak in while he is consumed with helping the.
All right, make a mobility check.
Any modifiers or? Cool.
All right, so this is opposed against his. So you're damn. Wait, these are D6s. So that dude's insane.
I just
So
want to make
maybe
a
he's like it's as he's
make a quick argument here that if he tries to stop Conrad, he's gonna let me piss on everything. So I mean, he could still
Poor
see
man.
he could still see Conrad, but does he want me to piss on everything he owns?
So he's like grabbing this garbage can, and Conrad, maybe you're coming in a little bit too early, and he's grabbing the garbage can, and he's turning to go take it to Max, and he sees you. He's like, "Is this your kid? What are you doing here? I don't recognize you." And he hustles over to the kid, and he tosses you the garbage. Piss in here, and he turns towards you, Conrad, and he goes, "What are you doing here? Is this?"
Conrad kind of looks at him and he looks at the kid and he says, No, that's not my kid. He pulls out his ID that he's got. He says, I'm just up here for a security check.
All right, let me see that. He reaches out to take the ID
Right.
kit.
In the background, you hear
Are
that
you-
sound of
You here with the?
a thing being, when you pour liquid on something that's the wrong side of a container.
He kind of cringes, and he looks at it, and he goes, "Oh, so are you with the marshal's office?"
Yeah, Marshall's off.
Then why does this say Cletus, the cargo hauler? I'm gonna need to ask you to leave. Actually, you want to take a seat? What brings you down here? And you see him moving over to a
I
terminal.
pull out my pistol.
Whoa! What's going on, man?
I need to see the cargo manifesto.
What?
Come
All
on,
right,
man,
all
fast.
right, okay. Check. Oh, okay. And so he like starts pulling up the cargo manifesto.
If you call guards here,
please,
I'll
what
shoot.
are you doing? So he sure enough pulls up a cargo. There it is. Just don't shoot. And kid, stop pissing. Kid, stop pissing.
All right.
Ow, that's my leg.
Ah,
Ow, that's my leg. Oh,
What a-
come on.
a lot of stuff to drink.
Do not
All
son.
right.
Just don't hurt me. Don't hurt the kid.
Wait, can you get him to stop pissing
Wait,
on me?
can you get him to stop pissing on me?
So I know once I leave here, he's gonna call security.
The gamer's conundrum. They've seen my face.
The second cargo. The manifesto is up on the.
So can we first like see what we're looking for is here? Can we pull it up?
Yeah. What? So like you're looking for machinery. Kind of maybe on a hunch. You like do a quick scan through the cargo manifesto, and you see stuff listed for Craig Cletus that you assume might be some of his
Wonderful.
salvage.
All right.
Along with other things.
Along with other things as you quickly scan through it, you see that there does look like there is.
And where is Cletus's stuff located on this map?
It's in this cargo bay, actually. This middle.
Right. I think we should drag him with us for now. Maybe.
He's got his hands up. He's like,
I don't trust him.
please.
All right. Well, we're looking for this part. Can you bring us to it?
He like looks closer. Yeah, I can show you where
Okay,
that
come
is.
on. Hands off the turn.
You looking to rob Cletus with his own?
Good point. Pretty sure you noticed by now. I'm not Cletus.
Oh yeah, I know, but you want me
Yeah.
to take you to Cletus's stuff? Is
Yeah.
Cletus okay?
Cletus is
okay.
my dude.
So he takes you like you're led by gunpoint to or you lead him at gunpoint to, or he leads you while you're pointing the gun at him into the cargo bay and to a section of large crates.
Here's all that stuff.
Here's all.
All right. So, two things. We have this guy, and we also have to get our crates down to the other.
There's the airlock down here. We could always whatever they use to move heavy stuff. We can move it to the airlock and then
I could do it.
get our ship there.
All right.
And I don't know, maybe take this guy with us.
Yeah, I think we should bring him along.
He's a new NPC character.
What's this guy's name? What's your name, sir? Yeah, you.
My name?
Perrin? All right.
Yeah.
Grab a crate, Perrin.
Yeah. Okay. So he grabs one of the crates.
I mean, I'm assuming there's
where
some
are we
sort
going?
of pallet jack, dolly system, something like that.
Yeah.
These are massive crates down
He just told me to grab a crate.
You got
I don't know what you want.
or something like that.
Oh yeah, we've got
All right.
we've got
Can
one.
you bring us to it? And I hold it.
Yeah, so he takes.
Sure. Yeah. So he takes you. You start. I mean, you load up a dolly of machine
All
part.
right. So we've got what we need. And now we have to get to the airlock.
Yep.
So you guys are gonna go to the airlock?
So you guys are going to go to the airlock.
Yeah.
All right. So you start going down through the cargo bay, and you get to this middle section,
Yell.
and Perrin yells,
And
"Help!" and
I start yelling
tries
too.
to run as quickly as he can. So
I
you guys
start-
are
Start yelling, "Help! Help us! There's a lot of work to do!"
Oh no!
help! He's got a gun. What
And
are you
he's
gonna
got his
do?
sights set on efficiency!
To kill or not to kill at this point?
it looks like he's running straight.
It looks like he's running straight towards the
Alright.
marshal's office.
I gotta shoot him. I don't know what else to do. I
No.
gotta shoot him and
Don't shoot
gonna
him
shoot him?
because that's a
Sure?
bigger
All
crime.
right, roll initiative.
Okay, let's just sneak. Let's just go now.
Just put everything in the elevator and we'll go
Yeah,
up the
just leave,
elevator.
Yeah. Alright. Yeah, let's leave.
Because he's got to explain his story before we get to our ship.
Yeah. We gotta get to the ship now.
All right, so you guys.
All right, so you guys are taking this pallet jack of equipment into the elevator, and then you're going to take it through the main concourse, through the security lobby to the cargo handling, and then you're going to take it to the airlock.
They
Yep.
don't know what's going on. For all they know is that Cletus showed up.
Cletus showed up and took his shit.
They've got to go over cameras. They got to figure shit out based on descriptions. If they want to stop us, they've got to have time. Also, I'm 11 years old.
Yeah, here's
Yeah.
Yeah, here's the second level as well. Here's the
I mean, this is how we get back to the ship, right?
here's sea level. Here's the main. So your ship is currently attached to this area right here. That's your ship. Well, right there.
All right, so let's just rush through there.
So you guys are you're gonna rush. You're gonna get into the elevator, rush, go to the sea level, and then try to rush through the spaceport lobby and through the cargo handling module onto your.
Alright. So,
Is that? Do I have it? Right?
Oh, here.
That's
While
the
we're
best.
riding the elevator up, before you go on to some foolish endeavor, Conrad, I'm thinking if they try to stop us,
You push it into.
If they try and stop us, you pull the old spaceman's gambit and say, "Don't stop me, or I'll shoot a hole in the space station." You've got a gun. You don't have to kill you don't have to kill anybody. You just have to threaten to kill everyone.
gotcha.
I would like to point out how absurd of a threat that actually is, but we'll hold off on that for a second.
My tagline in all this is, "I'm 11 years old."
Leave it to old Conrad. Take the blame.
You're the adult in the situation. I am just the evil voice in your ear.
I think I think I'm gonna put down Conrad as my rival right now. Conrad, no good adult. There we go.
Yeah, I've just gotten your son into a murder plot.
I want to point out that before the session even started, before I even knew who was playing who, I put the agent down as my buddy, and I have my dad, the pilot, down as my rival. So this all plays perfect for me.
I love it.
So
You guys.
you guys are going to try to escape. The trick here is that you guys need to try to get past spaceport security before they know that, like, before they get the call from the marshal's office that someone's trying to escape. So I'm going to say it's going to be a mobility check to try to get out, like to try to rush as fast as you can past them. In a group check, you use the worst mobility. So whichever one of you has the worst mobility, you're going to have.
I've got the best.
Alright.
Well, so worst mobility, as in the mobility plus your.
Right, but I'm like 90% certain I have the best of the two of us, so I think Conrad's rolling here.
So I'd roll a 3 if I have agility 3, mobility 0.
No, if you just click
Alright.
mobility and then.
This is how group
So you
checks
guys are
bring
in
me
the
down.
elevator and you're pushing your way through. Max, you're following by as Conrad's pushing this this crate full of supplies, and you're getting through the spaceport lobby, And right as you do, you like look over to the security station, and you see one of the guys is like on the phone, like he's got a comm link on, and like he looks up and he meets his eyes with you guys, and he goes, stop them right there. What are you?
I'm going to stop. Hopefully Conrad doesn't, and then I'm gonna turn my back on this guy, and then I'm gonna drop trow and moon him.
I'm gonna pull my gun out and be like, try to stop me and I'll shoot everything.
I was rather hoping you kept
You
moving.
hear they've got,
And the alarm goes off.
and the alarm goes off. So now we're going to go into initiative. So the both of you roll initiative, and we're going to have some security. So
I'm
I think
literally
with
over here
initiative,
trying to
you
plan out
just
an apology.
hit. You just hit an initiative.
I don't think
Just
it
hit initiative.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to roll anything. Oh, initiative
Yeah, I
die.
just had a card.
You did. You got a 0.
No, it's a 0 equals 0.
Because initiative is 1.
There we go. You
Sorry,
had to hit the
what do I
initiative
do?
dice.
Initiative dice? Where's
Yeah.
that?
It's on the middle
Except
top.
that gives you 2 to 6, 2d6, but isn't it supposed to be just a 1?
No idea. I'm just hitting the buttons. Initiative card gives you a 0 equals 0 value, so initiative dice is the only thing that gives you an any value.
On your character sheet, roll. Oh yeah, if you just hit initiative, it just gives you a card.
Didn't for me. Give me a 0, 0.
Oh, that's if you because it adds.
Um,
Oh, so for what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to do initiative card value 1d10. I don't know why that isn't already built. Oh, I was on your initiative there. All right, so Conrad Smith got a 4. Max Raygon. Let me grab.
oh, great.
Oh, that guy's huge. So there's a guy in the security station, and there's going to be a guy in. There's going to be. I mean, there's several guys in the security station. There's essentially got one guy. Combat takes place in zones, so essentially there's 2 guys in the security zone and one guy in the lobby. So they have initiative. I have initiative cards 2, 3, and 7, and you guys are acting on initiative card value of 4.
Should I reroll then?
So in my turn, yeah. Oh yeah, you should re-roll because I don't think you can have the same value.
Right.
So yeah, re.
I think we need to make fake cards. Because there is a way to do that too.
Yeah, we need. Yeah,
8's
I
not
think-
claimed. There we go. As far as I can tell, 8's not claimed.
Yeah. It puts you on the turn order too. Okay.
Right, but with the 2D whatever that you didn't like. Because I rolled a 2D whatever on the...
Oh yeah, with the old. Yeah, so maybe I'll try to sort out like a card drawing.
Oh, I mean,
Maybe I'll try to
that's
find
easy.
like a
I've done that.
macro or something like.
I've done that 100 times before. I can make one real easy.
Oh yeah, if you have one, that would be perfect. And then we could. Do you have one that also like gives one to each player, or?
Nope. I just mean that I can make one that'll draw you a card from 1 to 10 and at random. The actual coding of scripts to initiative, that's not me.
That's an easy modification. You just do like add initiative tracker, and you just like call it in on the script. But I can figure that out. I'll see. I'll check their forums as well, because someone probably is already.
Like I said, it's a real Deadlands thing to me. So, assumedly, someone's played Deadlands on Roll20 before.
The way combat works is you get 2 actions. You can get a fast action, and you get a fast action, and you get a slow action on each of your turns. Let me check. I'm checking in on the page.
Oh well, I know all this. Like I said, I made sure I wasn't gonna die. All I gotta do is make sure that Conrad gets away.
So are we still gunning for it, or are we gonna fight these?
Oh no, I was hoping that you were gonna keep running. I did not expect you to turn around and say, "I'm gonna kill all you motherfuckers."
Oh, I was just trying to distract.
That's why I mooned them. I was trying to distract for you.
I don't think that's gonna work.
You don't know.
Something tells me this whole plan was ill-conceived.
Shut up, Dad.
On second 3,
We have fun though.
we've got this security guard moves over onto this side, so he moves he's moving 2 zones over to get to you, and that is a move. I guess that's a fact action, or to move 1 zone, and then he's going to draw his weapon. So he's got a weapon out, and he goes, "Drop the weapon!" And this guy does the exact same, basically on the opposite side of you. Oh.
Do we operate in lowest goes first, or we operate in highest goes first?
Yeah, it's lowest goes first. Yeah, number 1 acts first, number 2 acts second, and so forth until everyone has acted. So initiatives 2 and 3, which are these 2 NPCs, circle around, and they both have their guns out, and they're drop your. Next up would be either Conrad Smith or Max Raygun. So you guys, since you're able to talk to each other, you are able to exchange initiatives if you'd like.
Right?
Run him down!
Yeah. Run him.
Well, the only thing I can do is can block your rear, which means if you run him down and keep going, I can stop them from getting to you.
All right. I'm gonna run past.
Okay, so are you going to run past the
I'm
other
gonna
guy, or
push
are you
him
going to
into him with
push your?
Okay, you're gonna push your.
my muscular.
Okay, you're going to push your big old your thing of cargo into him. All right. We'll say that is a close combat attack.
All right.
However, because it's bulky, I'm going to give you a -1, just because it's harder to hit him, and
-1 modifier.
yeah. So with you've successfully hit him, in that you're like trying to knock him out of the way, and so because for every extra attack you roll, you can choose an additional stunt. So you can choose to do additional damage. You can exchange your initiative scores. You can knock or pull a weapon or other object from your opponent. You can knock him prone, or you can pin your enemy in a tight clinch.
So I could like pin him down with the bulk of my.
Yeah, you could pin.
Yeah, you could pin him in place with your cargo. Like you could pin him against the wall with your cargo, but then if you moved your cargo,
Then I could just do like a backstab, like All right, yeah, I'm gonna I'm just gonna pin.
All right, so you pin him. So let's say you move this. I'm gonna say that's a slow action to do that, as you like push him into the wall over here. So this guy here is now. That's the pinned marker right there. So you've pushed him. You've pushed your. You're like
So
and
he's
you push him
basically
against the wall, and he's now
immobilized.
pinned.
Basically immobilized.
So yeah, he's basically immobilized. So that's your action. Or that's action on second 4. Next up is second 7, which is this is the last guard who moves out here. He moves out, draws his weapon. That's all right. Not Jimmy.
Yeah, Max is just gonna hold. He's standing in the middle of the hallway that's blocking them from getting to Conrad. So he's just gonna stand there, hold his ground, making sure they can't pass.
All right, so he's going to try to block the path for these 2 security.
Can't get past me, you fascist pigs!
I taught him that one.
Aw.
All right, so that's all you're going to do on second 8. So then we cycle back an initiative to initiative 2 and 3. So on second 2, this guy here that's pinned is going to shoot you, Conrad.
You sure his arms aren't pinned too?
I mean, you've pinned him against the wall, but it's not going to pin his weapon. It's just going to stop him from moving.
There's a negative modifier for being prone.
I'm going to say that's just the
shooting, I think.
difference. Yeah. Well, you didn't knock him prone. You've that would have been a different stunt to knock him prone. In this case, he's just shoved him and shoved.
Right.
Because one success was to hit, and then for every additional success, it was an addition.
I guess I'm just imagining pinning different. You're imagining pinning against the wall. I was thinking it pinned under it.
No, that would have happened if he was knocked. If she had 2 successes and knocked him prone, and
Well, everyone's got to die to something. In my mind, Conrad is thinking, I'm not going back to jail.
Yeah, he spent way too long there.
Not taking me alive.
I'm just double checking that I have everything.
Yeah, plot twist, his ex-wife is in jail.
Hey, I mean, that's very Alien 3, isn't it?
I don't think I've actually seen.
Where her pod crash lands on the penal colony. And they're experiencing an alien thing, too.
Ah. So let's see if this attack works. So he's going to try to shoot you with his pistol. This is ranged combat. I'll give him a -1 because of his.
All right.
Yeah, I'm just double checking to see what. Do you have any armor of any kind?
Not
I don't
unless
think
I
you
defend with
do.
my wall.
So he hit because he got 1 success. The bonus. Oh yeah, your starting health is equal to your strength.
So it does
You
one.
can't
So
do
it does 1 damage, and the way you do that is under health. You'll just check the number 1 because that means you have one damage taken. And
You guys, you all.
yeah, do you all see where to put on your character?
Health, right? Underneath
Yeah,
stress level.
under health, it's got those 2 gray boxes. Yeah, it's got 2 gray boxes. One on the left is your current, and the one on the
Well, I mean, you said our max HP is our strength, right? So should I check off 3 of those and then uncheck them as damage is taken?
no. So the three boxes are if you take damage, then that's when you start checking boxes.
Mine are just all there.
So when you start checking boxes,
I just mean that I have 10 boxes. I have 3 strength. You're saying I should only have 3 boxes.
yeah, oh yeah. So what you do is there's the 10 boxes, and then there's the number 0, and then the number 10. That number 10 should be 3 or whatever you're.
Oh, the fact that it's gray, and I thought it was an uneditable box.
It's gray, and it's kind of a weirdly designed.
Well, it doesn't reduce my boxes.
No, it doesn't reduce the boxes, but the boxes is where you start adding damage. Because as you start ticking them up, then that'll tick your health, or your current damage up.
Well, for this to matter, you have to hit me, so. I'll learn
Sounds
it when
good.
it's necessary, which will be never.
So he hit you. I think that's all that happened since you just took damage. He just had one. He won 1 success, so he can't do any other modifications. I don't think. Yeah, you are. It doesn't give you any stress to be hit, apparently. So that's all that he does. So then now it's initiative 3, which is this other service guy over here, who Jimmy or he is going to try and grapple you. So basically, he's trying to do.
I'm going to use a dodge. It's my kid's talent.
So he's trying to grab.
Yeah, a dodge acts like a block, except that it's a special.
Yep. So I got 1 success.
I also have 1 success.
So I think that cancels out. I think that blocks each other. So you must declare that you're going to block before the attacker rolls. For each roll, it says so for each hit you roll, because it works as blocking, but you can't counterattack or disarm, right?
Right.
So you can decrease damage, essentially. And so you remove one of your enemy's strikes. If there's no strikes left, the attack misses. So you remove his 1 attack, and he misses. So he's like going to grab at you. Stand still, kid! And he tries to grab you, and you duck out of the.
Pedophile! Pedophile!
Up next is Max. Or not Max, Conrad.
All right, I'm gonna shoot this guy.
You're gonna shoot the guy.
You're going to shoot the guy. All right, make an attack.
Range combat.
Range combat. I'm going to say that because you guys have gotten caught, you all gain 1 stress level, at least the 2.
Does he not get a bonus for the fact that this guy is pinned? This guy, he's not moving.
So this will give your bonus by being stressed. It'll give you a bonus. Do you want to aim your shot at all? You're at short.
Yeah, he'll be considered.
Yeah, he'll be considered in you're a +3 because he's motionless.
All right, and the 2 range combat factors into that.
Yeah, so just hit range.
What's that?
The yellow dice is from.
Okay.
Yeah, bad stuff
And
happens
did you
if
add
there's
3
a...
from him being at it?
Wait,
Yeah, you have a +3 to your input.
Well, you went from a great roll to a nothing.
He's up close, and you.
wait.
So you unload and plap and fire at him in a close range and miss. It hits the. Since that's not an exterior wall, there's not a chance that it causes anything terrible, like explosive decompression. But that might happen later. So you missed, Conrad. So now we go to this second guard over here, who's also going to try to grab you there, Jimmy.
Dodge.
He's actually just going to try to push you out of the way. He's gonna just use a push action, which is, I mean, it's the same as, it's a fast action though. So instead of trying to use his whole action to attack, he's just trying to shove you out of the way so he can get to the guy who's firing a gun. It's still a close combat roll. If you succeed, your opponent is shoved away. Shoves can be blocked, so you can use your dodge.
Dodge. This is why I don't do anything, because I need...
Dodge is out of the way of being pushed.
Well, the thing is, I'm doing a Looney Tunes on him, right? I've painted my giant hole in the wall, so now I just need him to run into it, which is what he's gonna do.
It's already a comedy of errors, that befitting.
Crap. Well, now I just need him to fail. And he does.
Oh, God. So he's trying to... he's gonna, I guess since you're blocking the path, he's gonna try to just push by again. It's a fast action, so he can do 2 of them. So he's gonna just...
Unfortunately, I can't dodge this time. I've used both of my actions.
Oh, because you have to...
Yeah, but I was doing nothing so that I could dodge twice. Although, ironically, wow. Does he snap my neck? What the hell happens with 4?
Oh my god.
He football
He
kicks
shoves
you
you
out
and
the
you just, like-
windshield.
Yeah, you cause explosive decompression as he Looney Tune kicks you out of the stage.
Our plan has foiled.
This...
Now, I want to make an argument here. This is a hallway. The only direction he can push me is back. Will I not then still
It's
be
not
in his way?
That's where... So he shoved you into that room. So he's going to shove you, and with his successes, he's going to basically just knock you prone. So like he pushes you so hard, you stumble back into the lobby and fall prone.
They're getting past me, Conrad.
Oh no.
Maybe stop trying to kill that guy and get back to the ship.
Thinking we should just dive. Just get around the cargo.
Well, we're so close.
Oh.
Grab his legs.
If you're talking, Eli, we can't hear you.
It's now your turn,
All right.
there, Max. I forget this. Pissed to talk.
Well, my problem is also that whatever is lagging me up, I see you talking well before I hear you talking. So I don't know when you're actually lagged up and when I just can't hear you. If it's my turn, what can I do to circle around him?
Yeah.
Get up and circle around him.
So you're going to, you get up, and that's your fast action. And so you have one more fast action or one more slow action. So what are you going to do with?
Can I circle around him? Can I rush back around him?
Around Conrad or around
Well,
where?
I guess if this guy is here, can I throw myself at the back of his legs?
Tackle and pin him.
Yeah, you could make an attack against a close combat attack against him.
Because that seems relatively non-violent way to attack somebody.
We've already resorted to violence.
I didn't pull a gun.
Knew well
Never
enough
knew
not to
that.
actually give him one.
He is not going to try to
What's the roll to attack?
because he's you're
I thought there was a...
close combat. So just roll close combat.
I feel like
You just
so
click,
utterly blind. I see ranged combat.
Should be right above it.
Oh,
Just says
combat.
combat.
Oh, that's why I'm confused. I was looking for something.
So you hit him. In order to to knock him prone, you need to have 2 successes. So you do manage to hit him, but it's just an.
Alright, well then I'm just gonna add, you leave Cletus alone!
So he you collide into the back of his knees, and he kind of like looks down and like he's like, "Get off me, kid, Jeremy." And that's your turn on second 8. So circling back around on second 2, this guy here is going to. I mean, you're now in a gunfight. However, he's currently pinned, so he's going to use his. He's pinned by this cargo, so he's going to use his fast action to push the cargo out of the way, and so he's not. And then he's going to fire at you with his fast his.
All right.
So if you don't have anything else, like if you don't have any abilities to dodge ranged attacks, then no. No, not in combat.
Can you block ranged combat?
I know there's some talents. I don't think you can block. I think the only thing against ranged combat is dodge, and that's a talent that you have.
That's great.
Oh yeah, you didn't take the company agent talent that lets you redirect, did you? The I'm too important one, where you can just push somebody else in the way of danger.
Shoot the kid.
Shoot the kid.
Yeah.
I mean, it's what a company agent would have, yeah.
Yeah. Seems like it.
Hey, if I was playing the
So,
company
you
agent, that's what I was gonna take.
So he's got an additional stunt. So for every extra hit he rolls, he can either do extra damage, he can pin you down, he can change your initiative. So he shoots at you and he does like a Wild West thing where he fires and he hits you in the hand and you drop your gun on the ground. And he shoots you and he goes, "Get down, surrender your weapon." And you take 1 point.
All right. 2 health left. I get down behind the cargo. I assume he can't actually get to me.
Well, so that's second 2, or initiative 2, not second 2. On initiative 3, it's this other guy out here, who's going to try to deal with Max. So he's going to try to pull you off his buddy, and essentially he's going to try to grapple you again. He's going to keep using unarmed attacks to try to get you pinned and then handcuffed essentially.
Well, now I have dodges again, because it's the beginning of our new round.
It's terrible. Yeah, you're able to dodge. And so he just completely biffs. Now it is the next initiative, which is now it's Conrad's turn. What would you like to do? Your gun's knocked down on the ground. The cargo has been pushed off this guy, so he's now freed of it.
I can't like bend down behind the cargo and grab my gun.
Yeah, you could do that, but that would be. Yeah, you could do that, but that would be you'd be picking your gun off the ground would be a fast action. A pickup item is a fast action, and then seek cover would be your other fast actions. That'd be your whole turn is scrambling over to the cover and taking.
All right, can I just grab my gun and shoot him? All right,
Yeah.
let's do that.
Fire away. Roll another range. All right. What would you like to do with those 2 extra stunts? What you can do is you can add an additional point of damage. You can pin down your enemy, which means he'd make an immediate panic roll. But for NPCs, he would miss their next slow action. So you'd only get a fast action next turn. Essentially, he wouldn't be able to shoot you. You position yourself and exchange your initiative score, or you get him to drop his weapon, or he falls to the ground or is pushed back.
And if he falls to the ground and is pushed back, that eases his next turn.
Well, I mean, if he falls to the ground or is pushed back, like if he's pushed back, it says like for example through an airlock. So you could use a stunt to like force him to fall back into an airlock, or you could knock him prone. Knocking him prone would make him just use a fast action.
All right, I'd like to knock him back into the airlock then.
Well, so there's not really an airlock here. It would just knock him back into the. You could try to knock him back into one of these transfer gates.
I'm going to try to knock him into the spaceport transfer gate.
All right, so that would be one of your stunts. And what would be the second one?
Knock him prone?
Yeah, you could do both. So you fire at him and you hit him and he's like trying to dive for cover and he jumps back into the transfer gate and he dives for cover and you hit him in the leg.
Good.
So he's hurt. What is the damage on your weapon?
1.
And make sure to be rolling. Don't just roll ranged combat for your weapon because your weapons give you bonuses. So like under your service pistol, you actually have a plus. Like this you should be rolling, like it'll actually give you your bonus, your damage, and.
Okay.
And it's a bad example
I
because
don't know
it's
what
the same
bonus
number
is
of
doing.
dice.
The bonus is. Yeah, what the heck?
Maybe it's just a reminder to add 2.
Oh yeah, maybe it automatically uses it because have you been inputting 2 into your when it asks for an input? Oh, okay. So you've been doing it manually, but this one will build it into it. So yeah, you wing him for 1 point of damage as he dives for. So that's yours. Next up is the final security guard. This guy here who fires who will keep firing at you, Conrad. Give up the weapon! Surrender peace! And he hits you for a point of damage. And of course, right after I talked about using the actual roll, I roll normally.
Conrad's a dead man.
So you take 1 point of damage. So you take
right.
1 point of.
Got 1.
To be fair, there's a lot of things on the critical wound chart or whatever that don't kill you immediately. Just leave you in excruciating pain for a long time.
You can also surrender.
You'll probably be broken.
Surrender
yeah, you can also surrender. So
not
it
going
is now
back.
Max's.
Can't go back. There's no.
All right, I only have 1 fast action because I used 1 to dodge already. Do I try and help Conrad by using my move on this guy, but then freeing up the next guy? I think I just gotta keep holding place I might need that dodge to keep the other guy off of Conrad, which means Conrad needs to try and murder a second person. It's a trade-off. Either I try and do something to the guy in front of me. You know what? Screw it. I'm going to nail this guy in the back of the legs again. If I roll well, I can knock him down, and Conrad can get away. If not, Conrad will just have to deal with 3 people instead of 2.
Oof.
So, combat. And I rolled badly.
So you just whiffed. So yeah, you're trying to dive at him, but this time maybe he's even set his feet, and so you're like flailing at his back. Stop! Stop! And it's just he's focused more on the gunman than the 11-year-old kid.
Yeah, I've gone from an annoyance to like
To
being
a problem.
just being held back with one arm. He has his hand on my face, and I'm just like swinging, and I can't reach him. My arm's too short.
So now it's the start of the next round. It is this guy, this security guard over here that's dove to the ground is going to stand up and then fire through the door,
What?
peeking out. Blap, blap, blap.
Oh God.
With a hit. So he does 1 more point of damage to you poof, as he wings you. So he catches you maybe in the shoulder and you get thrown around. So you are, if you drop to 0 health, you're now broken. In effect, taken out of the action. So immediately roll for a critical injury. So roll, I think, are these built into the character sheets? It says panic. Critical injury.
I don't see it on the sheet. I know it's just a D66.
I'm not seeing it
though.
on the sheet. I see it's got a roll. Yeah, roll the D66.
Health.
Well, your health is now at a 0. Or
Oh yeah,
4,
there's
or,
a D66 button on the sheet.
Yeah, so you got a 42. So, so you can't perform any actions. You're not dead, but you can crawl and mumble through the pain. And with a 42, apparently you got shot in the either you got shot in the foot, or maybe you stumbled and like that crate smashed into your foot. But yeah, you have a crushed foot. You can't run. You can only crawl, and it'll take 3d8 days to heal, or 3d6 days to heal. It's not fatal, though.
All right.
No, you cannot. You're essentially.
I'm out.
No, I got a plan. I got a plan,
And if
Conrad.
you get attacked again, then it'll cause you another. So this guy is the guy that's in the back on the next initiative. Conrad is now down and out.
This is so traumatic for a child.
So this other guy is going to. I don't think him getting broken causes you to gain a stress level. So this other guy is going to. This is the guy that's still in the back. He's going to once again try to grapple you.
Dodge.
He's trying to.
Saved my last action for this. I thought I hit the button. Can't grab, but you can't see.
You're just mobile enough. So he's trying to grab you, and you're just dodging around. The next up would be Conrad. Are you going to try to crawl?
I'm gonna try to. Can I drag? No. Yeah, I'm gonna try to crawl towards the cargo handling module.
So you're going to try to crawl towards your airlock. All right. So you're crawling towards that airlock. that's your turn. It's this guard's turn. This guard right here is the one that Max had kept trying to attack the back of the legs of. He's going to walk over and try to aid this guy in handcuffing you. So he approaches you. He sees your guns on the ground. He gets up and he kicks the weapon away, and he moves over and he's like, "Freeze! Don't move!" What are you going to do? What are you going to do there, Max?
Can I rush over to where Conrad is?
I think you
I think you're grabbing
can. So I think technically from the rules of the game, this guy, in order to move away from engaged range with you, had to do a flee action, but he wasn't trying to avoid an attack because he didn't think you were worth bothering. So I guess when he retreats, let me see. You might get a free attack as he moves away from.
Is it actually free, or is it the choice between doing something and not doing something?
That's what I'm checking.
Right. Because if it actually costs me a movement or an action, and I'm not doing
it's free. It's free. You can.
Cool.
So yeah, as he's moving towards your buddy, are you going to make your free attack roll?
Yeah, if it's free.
So you hit him, but are you just trying? Are you trying to do damage to him?
Knock him prone. I want to knock him prone.
So yeah, that's for extra ones.
Can knock him prone instead of dealing damage.
Does not.
Look, I've seen this 100+ year movie called Karate Kid. Sweep for the knees, Johnny.
Although you have been doing damage to him, though. He has been taking damage. You've been like slugging him, and even as a kid, your unarmed attacks still do 1 damage. So he is hurt now. You've hit him several times, so significantly.
Yeah, but still, can I rush towards towards Conrad is?
Yeah, so the reason why I bring that up is that in order to get away from him, you either have to do a retreat action.
Sure, I'll retreat from
and
the
you
guy
can use a
behind
mobility
me.
roll to move away.
Yeah, I'll retreat from
Yeah,
the
so
guy.
you can do a mobility roll.
So I need to roll mobility, is what you're saying?
Yep, yeah. So roll mobility if you'd like to. You can always choose to.
Arguably my best skill. Is that what you're asking me to roll? Cool.
Yeah.
My stress made me succeed.
And you succeed. Yeah, you're just on edge, and you manage to you just dart after him to get. So you run over there. What are you going to do? You see this security guard is moving in, has his gun pointed on him. This other guy's moving in, and it looks like they're trying to handcuff him.
I grab the gun from the floor.
All right, so you run up and grab the other gun.
What are you assholes gonna do? Gonna shoot an 11-year-old boy?
So on their turn, this guy is the guy in the back who moves in, and he's got a gun, and he's got it kind of pointed at you, and he's like, "Hey, kid, put that down. We don't want to play with those. Come on.
Put it to your head.
Let's de-escalate this situation."
You want me to pull a Blazing
At the same time,
Saddles?
this other guy is kind of stepping out, and he's also got his gun pointed at you, and he's like, "Kid, put the gun down. We've got your friend in custody. Don't make this more dangerous than it needs to be. We don't want to have." Essentially, what are you going to do? Are you still crawling, Conrad?
Yeah, but apparently I can't grab that guy's leg and take him down.
Crawl onto the dolly.
Yeah, you can't do any actions like that,
Crawl
but you're
onto the
trying
dolly.
to crawl away.
Crawl onto
Where
the
is the
dolly,
dolly
and
right
I
now?
will push it into the materials towards
Just
the
push it.
dock.
Just
Yeah.
Go. All right, I'm on the dolly. I'm
So you crawl back towards the dolly, what are you going to do, Max? There's 3 guards around you.
I'm gonna start
effectively
pushing the dolly towards the cargo handling module with the gun pointed at the guards. Just let us go, man. Just let us go.
They so you start pushing forward, and all 3 of them are like kind of like look at each other and they're like, what the hell do we do? One of them is going to, I mean, I guess they're all going to move to try to tackle you. They're a kid, they don't want to shoot you.
Don't do it, man.
So
don't waste your life on
all
this.
All 3 of them are going to make. I assume are you going to try to dodge them, or what are you going to do?
I'm pretty sure I've used all of my actions. I can't do anything anymore.
All right, so they all try to pile on. I'm going to say that it's essentially all 3 of them are trying to grab you at the same time. So 2 of them are assisting the main one.
But I mean, imagine the scene. No, we were so close. You're riding the dolly. I'm pushing. It's rolling towards the doorway. Is in sight. I'm back against the dolly gun before these 3 guys jump. So close. We were almost there.
Hit them all 3 at
I
once.
love the gestures, but you're
Yeah.
not actually pressing a button when you do.
I was waiting until he was done, Griff. The fact that Conrad here is the only one that heard any of that. There were so many gestures.
I'm so sorry.
I heard it all.
I hate push to talk. I hate it with a passion. Maybe that's why I'm trying to kill off.
Wow.
So, I mean, you're pushing the cart. You got a dolly, and they all like 3 muscular security guards dive on top of you, and well, they didn't get multiple successes, so they just hit you, I guess. So you take a point of damage as they're all trying to jump on you and attack you.
All right. Health box 1 checked. Oh, that means we're still on it. We're still Bonnie and Clyding this, or I guess Clyding and Clyding this.
You're still Bonnie and Clyding it, and you're heading towards the cargo handling module. The airlock is currently closed. Naraft, are you going to keep pushing with your actions? Like pushing past these guys?
I'm going to push with 1 action, and then I'm going to point the gun at my head and say, you try that again, it's all over.
Okay. I want you to make a manipulation.
Yeah, but the thing is that my finger might slip if they tackle me. Manipulation. Ah, my worst skill.
This is a pose.
My best skill.
That's why we're 2 different people.
So you've got the gun. You're like, I'm gonna do it. It's intimidating them enough.
I think he's for real.
They're
He
kind of
might
like,
just do it.
the kid might shoot himself. Back off. And so they've kind of stepped back, and they've got their guns pointed towards you. We can't let you leave.
Oh yes, this old standoff. Don't jump or we'll shoot you.
Oh yeah, wait, shit. It's if they move, you'll shoot you, but if you move, they'll shoot you.
This is where they just hold you still for a while, get someone else in here, and they're gonna go, kid, it's not as bad as you think, just drop the gun and come with us. And they're gonna try manipulating you.
It's a good old Novgorod standoff.
They're kind of looking at each other, and they're like, hey kid, it's not worth it. You don't need all that stuff. We can your friend's hurt. We can provide him medical attention. Just we don't want to hurt you. Calm down.
Do you think you can go home, kiss your wife and kid goodnight after knowing that you've murdered an 11-year-old boy? Back up! Just back up!
They're starting to back up, and one of them like has a radio, and he goes, they're going to.
Oh, I was hoping you said they've taken themselves hostage.
They've taken. Who has?
Sir, they didn't train me for this.
So there is a computer module right there, and so you see one of the guys is over there and swipes his ID card and starts inputting something to the computer.
You know, we are on the outer
What are you
edge
gonna
of
do?
the. We are on the outer edge of the station. Seems to me if somebody was going to puncture the edge of the station, this would be the place to do it.
True.
Conrad, can you still talk?
At the moment, they're kind of just watching
Conrad's
you.
still here.
They're following you at a little bit of a distance. Yeah.
All right. So wait, someone is using the terminal right now. Just like in the midst of all this.
Yeah, someone. So you guys are all heading towards the cargo module. So at this point, you guys are in this room right here, and the guards are kind of like following you at a little bit of a distance, and one of them looks like using one of the computer terminals.
Yeah, let's shoot something.
Well, I mean, my first two thoughts are A, movie sequence, right? Shoot the computer terminal to the airlock in the hopes that this is movie logic and the airlock door will open when you shoot the console.
Exactly. Can we shoot the terminal?
Like the airlock.
Yeah, the airlock console, whatever controls the airlock.
Yeah.
Gonna be honest here, all I heard was the word "yeah."
Yeah, that's all I said. Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah. You can shoot the airlock.
Well, I got the stress symbol.
Oh. So you go to shoot the airlock, and on ranged combat, when you roll a 1, it means you ran out of bullets. So you point the gun towards the airlock, and you start pulling the trigger, and it's all you hear is click, 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 click. But it's not just you that hears that; it's the security guards as well.
He's out of ammo!
He's out of ammo.
I look so sad in this moment.
They rush you.
You're like, we can get out!
You're like, we can get out. Click. Oh.
We were literally, you couldn't get any closer to failing than this. We were at the door.
I like how no one contacted us.
I don't have a radio. I have a locator beacon, a lunchbox with stickers on it, a can of Coke, and a candy bar. Oh, and a remote control car.
No distress signal on that thing?
No.
No help me, Dad.
At my most petty moment, can I present my Rolex watch and my money?
APC,
So
motherfucker. Always be closing.
Going to tackle you. Ah! So they're going to try to grapple you. So are you going to try to dodge against them?
Yeah, technically I've only made one action, so yeah, I'll dodge.
All right, so they're going after you. 2 of them at this time. These are the most inept colonial marshals ever. They're like trying to tackle you, and you're just bobbing and weaving.
They're just out of high school. You can't blame them.
Right.
It's a week from retirement, man. Messes with you.
Next round, it's you. What are you gonna do? You have an unloaded gun. There's 2 marshals in your face trying to grab you. One's.
It's time for some kung fu.
I can't do that. I guess I'm gonna jump over to the console and just try to open it with the actual commands to open the door.
So all you need to do there is just swipe your ID card. Yeah. Because your ID card is the one that allows you to airlock. So you jump over and pull out your ID card and swipe, and you just get a red symbol. It says airlock locked.
I expected that. That's why I was trying to shoot it the first time.
So at this point, are Jimmy and Xander aware at all of?
Now, Jimmy and Sanders are just no, they're working on repairing the internal mechanics. They're
Hey,
maybe they're
Xander,
listening to
pass me
some
one of the beers.
Yeah, we're on break.
So apparently they found an entire 30 rack of beers, but they were already drank. They found all these beers that were just drank and left.
Having a good time.
So at this point, the two guards, or the marsh, this guy's done on the computer, and they say, "Kid, there's no way out. We've locked that airlock. Yeah, will you just stop jumping around? Just give yourself up, kid. You got no bullets. We're tired. We're bruised from jumping into the wall."
I'm gonna give them the sad eyes and I'm gonna say, it's just so hard, you know? In this life, all you have is just stay right there a moment and I'll tell you a story. I'm not telling a story, I'm trying to buy time.
They're like,
Do they jump me or not?
okay, just trying to buy time. They're just buying at this point. They're like, okay, kid, yeah, we'll hear your story. Just drop the gun.
If I get another go around, I want to try and hack the computer at the door, the airlock.
It's another round.
You see two more guards.
You see two more guards come around the. You're gonna try. You're gonna try to hack?
I'm gonna try to hack that airlock door.
All right. It's gonna be a comm tech check, and it's gonna be at a -1 because of the difficulty.
Damn it! I'm actually pretty good at Comtech. That's
So
why
you're
I
working-
tried.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
What,
you-
like
you
father, like son,
you're
huh?
Let me tell you. Maybe use the butt of your pistol and you smash you'd try to smash open the casing to try to get to the internal workings, and they're gonna try to.
This one time, my dad left me all alone with his dead wife. And you know who looked out for me back then? Me! All you can count on in this life is you and yourself.
So once again, you're just dodging out of the way. Maybe that's what stops you from doing the comm tech is you might have it, and then these three guys are just jumping at you and trying. However, you're going to be unable to retry that to hack the airlock. So it's just going to come down to what are you going to do? There's now 5 guards. Only 3 of them can access you.
What was Cletus's position on this on the station?
Across a trolley, I think.
Yeah, he's.
Yeah,
no,
he's
that's Conrad. I said Cletus.
Yeah.
Whose name I now recognize I'm saying wrong.
Cletus was
He was what?
Cletus was just a cargo hauler, or a scrap hauler. So he would go and salvage equipment and then sell it to other ships that came.
No authority to override the airlock with his card, then I'm assuming.
You don't.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm standing here in front of this terminal that I've apparently busted up trying to hack that I can no longer do. These guys are trying to jump me left and right. Conrad is laying on a dolly. I look over at Conrad. I look at these guys and I say, please stop trying to jump me. What could I possibly say to have you let me go? Just tell me what to say and I'll say it.
We'll give you whatever you want.
All right, kid. Just come with us to the security office, and we'll have a nice chat.
No, I meant...
Is your dad here?
I meant, what will let me get through this door with all the stuff that I have and the person on the cart? What do you want me to say to make that happen? Just tell me what you want me to say, and I'll say that.
Tell us down to the
I
security
don't know what
office.
you're going to be able to do.
No,
Again, he pulls out his thousands of dollars.
telling
Rolex
Conrad?
Oh,
watch.
you're telling Conrad.
No.
Tell me what.
I'm telling anybody. I'm looking at the security office. I look down at Conrad, like, moment of pure desperation on my face. Like, I'm out of ideas. Look, guys, stop trying to jump me. Just tell me what you want me to say. That you'll let me go through this door with all this stuff. Just, what do you want to hear? I'll say it.
These guys all kind of like look at each other like, that,
Put me on a recording. I'll say whatever you want me to say. You can put it to your bosses. Maybe it'll sound good. What will give you a promotion? What do you want in life that I can say right now that'll get me through that door with this stuff? Help me help you.
Kid, we're not going to let you through. Your friend here shot an officer, and you assaulted another, and you look at the damage you done.
Everyone's still alive.
We're not going to let you get out of here with all this stuff you got.
It's not your stuff. Come on. What can I do to help you that will let me out? There's got to be something I can say here.
This is the point where they're just dragging him to the office, quite honestly.
Yeah. So now they've just grabbed you, and you're like, I'll take anything. Two of them have grabbed you, and another two have kind of like grabbed Cletus. At this point, Cletus is
You mean
handcuffed.
Conrad?
And they're taking you to the office.
Apparently your name's
while
Cletus
another
now.
one is like kind of like sorry, not Cletus, Conrad. Two of them have grabbed. They've grabbed Cletus. They have Cletus in handcuffs.
To be fair, when they go to identify you, you'll have a card that says your name is Cletus.
True.
That's true. So they've got Conrad or Cletus too. They've got you, and they start taking you back to the B deck, towards the cells in the Colonial Marshal's office. At this point, you guys are locked up there. They've probably got Cletus on the cell. At this point in the bridge on the ship, you guys get a buzzer, like a bzzz, and you hit our notification from
Oh.
Mother.
Xander,
Incoming.
it's working. See, it buzzed. It does work. I told you. So I'll pick it up. It's like, oh, Captain speaking.
Is this the captain of the Cataract?
Yeah, yes, it is. This is Jimmy.
Do you happen to have two crew members, a Cletus and a young?
I don't know any
Uh,
Cletus.
1 second. They go over to you two. What are your names?
My name is Marty McFly, and this is Dr. Emmett Brown.
Or also
Do you know a Marty McFly and a Dr. Brown?
code word.
God damn it, Max. It's a kid, right? Scruffy, red bandana.
Yeah. Red bandana. Yes, we got this kid. We
They're
have
in your office, right?
your crew members. Yeah, down in the Colonial Marines office. Would you mind coming onto the station to have a little chat?
I'll be right down there, but real quick, could you turn and ask them what they get on the price check? I think that is the point to like kind of
price-
right.
It's time.
I just wanted a zinger to go out on.
So he like turns over and he goes, they want to know what the price check was.
I think we all look at
That's to
Conrad.
It was about a solid 100 grand.
They said 100 grand.
Oh, I've got that candy bar. That's the zinger to end on.
Oh.
Like father, like son here.
All right, so this is where we'll call it for our first session of Aliens. Conrad and Max are currently in prison in a marshal's office. Xander and Jimmy are currently on the ship, unaware of what the entire steel affair, the caper they tried. You almost managed to escape, but thank you all for playing. Thanks if anyone watched. Hopefully we'll sort out all these technical issues for next time, and game issues. We're still a little rusty, but we'll get it.
Yeah.
Or
How do you guys like it?
I definitely had fun. The system definitely seems pretty solid. I like the scenario we're in. Of course, we immediately ruined it, but
Yeah.
I think we have places we can go. We have stuff we need to accomplish. We need to get a shuttle to even like actually go back to the colony. So we're gonna be out here for a bit.
Yeah.
The colony does have a shuttle that it uses to get, like, so you guys could dock on one of their satellites and they could shuttle you up. That's how they get to their, like, to do repairs
Okay.
on their unmanned.
Maybe we can call the
Yeah, that makes
company for
sense.
some help.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think you might be fired after all that.
Yeah, I might have lost my.
There is a
But I think at least our relationships are now pretty solid. Jimmy is now the only responsible person, and that's not a very high bar.
We know you're all drunk.
We know you're all drunk.
Yes.
Even the kid.
This is what you do when you raffle adventure.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Maybe they should have done a
Yeah,
a screening
maybe.
for
Tiny little bit maybe. Maybe this is why this agent got the job. They figured they were disposable if something happened.
Oh,
Get him off
Oh,
planet
wow, the
for a bit.
reject.
And then they took a kid just for the abuse factor.
Oh god.
it's an extra mouth to feed that doesn't do nothing to the colony.
So I guess my question is, what about experience?
oh
I
yeah,
think-
experience. So
Yeah, there's
for
like a
every
whole page
session,
on 35.
yeah. So for experience, page 35. Everyone participated, so everyone. Let's go through everyone's. Starting with, we'll just work our way through. So, Max, did you do anything to further your personal?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, do I have to say what my personal agenda is, or can you just read it?
Yeah, I can read it. Yeah, so I'll say that you further. Xander, what do you think about your personal?
I would say so because I got done with it, but that's up to your interpretation.
Yeah, I'll say that one worked. Jimmy,
Flying's freedom.
do you think
I think I did it.
Did you risk or sacrificed? Yep. So the thing is, risked or
Oh, yeah.
sacrificed something to further agenda.
So
do you
far,
think you,
no. Probably
you
just because the
risked
action
or
was off of
sacrificed
me.
something?
You watched your son go on the mission.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's more just taking care of my kid. That doesn't help me fly, you know.
Yeah,
Well,
that does.
well,
Flying
finger.
first and then the kid.
Not having me around is the only way you've been able to fly.
So no, I don't think I risk anything yet. You know, the
Fair enough.
security didn't come in and threaten to take it away from me yet.
And for Conrad, yeah, you did your personal agenda. So at the moment, Conrad and Max each have 2, and then Xander, did you say you risked something for your personal agenda?
Well, you said I was almost got radiated, right?
If you had repaired the reactor, then that could have
Right.
radiation. But you haven't done that yet because you didn't have machine
you need
parts.
Yeah.
We were trying, man. We were trying.
So then did anyone risk your life for your buddy PC?
Yes.
So I think that would
did.
come down to.
I would say
So
so.
yes, you were risking your life to try to help Conrad. Conrad, who was?
Max?
All right, so you guys both risked your life for your buddy PC. Did anyone have a rival? Did anyone challenge or stand up to your?
Did I stand up
Not
to you,
yet.
Jimmy?
I don't know.
No,
Is
I don't think there was.
yourself in jail count?
I mean, I used you in a bunch of examples about how bad of a father I have.
But you haven't challenged Jimmy about it yet.
That's fair. That's a very redheaded stepchild way to look at this.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm probably gonna start challenging Conrad next time. It's like, you did what with my kid?
Who you left?
That would make sense. The next part, no one made a challenge. No one made a panic roll. So it said, "Did you overcome a dangerous event using violent or non-violent?"
Yes.
Did I overcome it?
Yeah. The question is overcoming losing to a
Well, for a moment, I
Yeah,
locked that guy up into the transfer.
Yeah. We did hijack Cletus through violence.
Small.
All right, so that'll be another experience. The next thing is, did you make any significant discoveries or revelations?
Yeah, we figured out where the cargo was at.
And as a child, I
is
can
that
get away
really
with anything.
significant?
That life is cruel.
I discovered that adults don't want to hurt children if they can avoid it, even if you have a gun pointed at them. That seems like a major revelation.
And you haven't earned any money.
Not yet.
They didn't even want to hurt you when you threatened yourself.
There.
So at the moment, we're looking at. It looks like Jimmy and Xander got one experience, and then Conrad and Max got 1, 2, 3, 4 experience points.
Yeah, they went off into danger zone, and they got the reward for it. But at what cost?
Yeah, but that was also because they risked themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Gave
If
it
I
all.
start risking myself next time on salvaging missions solo just to try to pay off their bail, then that's going to count. But we'll see what happens.
And you guys have a game after this, correct?
Yep. So we have a limited amount of time
Alright,
to try and
so,
fix whatever problems are running right now.
Yeah. Anything else? We need to.
I think it looks good. I had fun today, and I'm looking forward to this next week, and we'll see how this pans out.
Yeah, this very Aliens 3 game that we've got going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe you all get thrown onto a colony.
I'll have to watch Aliens 3.
You gotta rewatch it.
I'm gonna be forced to watch these movies now. No,
I haven't
they're
watched.
scary.
Yes.
All right, guys.
All right, so
All right, see you
Bye.
guys.
Bye, everybody.
Yeah.
catch everyone
Have
later.
fun in your-